Yeah, yours is fine.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, hello.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the McDonCast, the funnest podcast in town.
The only podcast. Alright, we're back.
That's why we have such low numbers. It's because no one's ever done
in
this
this remote town.
No one
Exactly.
likes podcasts because we're the only one.
Why is this on this chair?
We've ruined them for everyone.
Alright, so here's the deal. The games had too many games. There's too many games. So many games. I guess you could say it is a summer of games, but also an Xbox Bethesda 2022 conference.
There's a good thing. I have almost nothing to say about all of these.
Yeah, most of the... Well, okay, first off, let's get a brief rundown of everything we got going on.
Before we start,
just a million games. Every single game ever got announced.
We also have Squid Game news.
We also got Squid Game. We got
Last of Us
Castlevania.
TV show news. Puss in Boots, Black Adam.
Got the Munsters.
The Munsters, Ghostbusters news.
Todd Phillips.
We have Joker
again.
news.
Big Joker. Really weird Joker news. Not like funny Joker news, but like it's not like a hilarious.
Paddington news, Star Wars news.
Ezra Miller
Not
news.
funny.
Our favorite topic, Ezra
Yeah,
Miller
that one.
news. And of course, we're going to talk about Jurassic World 6.
Oh no.
The one with
3.
the Joker in it.
Yeah, the Joker
Dominion.
dinosaur.
Joker Filet-a-Dieu. I don't know. Whatever this one's
Joker's
called.
in this podcast
Quite
twice.
possibly the worst film I've ever seen.
I don't think that's true.
All right.
No, it's
Before
true.
we get started,
Oh,
Patrick, any fun anecdotes to start the week?
I think we gotta just hop into it this week. I don't think we have
We're
time.
We
gonna
don't
be-
got time
We're
for
going to
fun
be here till
anecdotes.
6 in the morning.
No, I worked 8.5 hours today. I'm just ready to get rolling.
If Patrick falls asleep during the show,
I might.
If he does, it'll definitely be during
it'll
the
be
gaming
during
time.
this section.
Gaming time.
Yeah. But there is a Minecraft announcement.
We'll
No
say
way.
Star Wars with Patrick's size.
All right, so I'm not gonna run through. I'm not gonna tell you guys all the trailers, other than the ones that weren't covered in the big conferences. The ones that weren't covered in the big conferences were Fire Emblem 3 Hopes,
Which is, I think, about to come out like in a couple
if you
weeks.
like Hyrule Warriors, if you like the Warriors games, if you like
If you liked Fire Emblem Warriors,
then that's for you.
well, actually, this game's probably the opposite of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, if you hate Fire Emblem, but also like Fire
This is
Emblem.
Water Emblem.
This
If you hate the game but love the characters,
If you were like, man, I love Fire Emblem, but I wish it was just the Smash Bros. Characters version of Fire Emblem. This
and
is
it was
the
a game
for
where you only just ran around and pressed Y.
Yeah, sometimes X. All right.
What good games and a not repetitive formula?
No, it's the least repetitive game. Okay, that's the only one that isn't covered in the conferences. So let's get things started off. The first and arguably the largest of these 3 conferences, Sonic Central. Obviously, one of the biggest conferences in gaming, bigger than E3. A lot of people
Didn't they?
actually say.
I know they did like
I have a feeling that you're joking with
they-
me in
they
this.
they
a
did
reveal.
a trailer
Mhm.
and then they did a
And then
gameplay
a day-
reveal and then
a day
they
later
did this.
they had their conference.
So we talked about the trailer and then they had their conference about
Yes.
So Sonic Team
Did
is
they say that it wasn't gonna actually look that bad?
No.
Patrick, if you ask Sonic Team about anything they make, they'll just be like, "No, it's brilliant and it's great." What are you talking about?
Innovative.
Innovative. Next gen. Cool and rad.
Doesn't look like a broken PS3
Not a ripoff
game.
of other games.
Never. They would never do that.
The Sonic franchise
original
is the
creative
James
textures.
Bond of video games, where it's just whatever is popular now, they just basically copy.
And make it really poorly.
Do you
All right,
care
Sonic Team.
do you care to share a nug with a fellow homie?
No, I did not eat dinner.
What about a fry?
Maybe a fry, but
You
not
do
really.
got it. You got a lot of them.
Okay, so we got a teaser.
Was there any news?
Yes, we have they teased the Sonic Frontiers opening, like the story, the game. I don't.
Highly
Story is
anticipated.
rails everywhere. Rails.
The
rails.
story is the story that Sonic went through a magic portal that sent him
It's
to a
just
big
a
field.
teaser, like the world is a Sonic world. Like,
The
it's-
world is Sonic World.
And we also got a trailer for Sonic Origins, which is a remaster of the first 3 games. This we already knew about. This was announced a few months ago. They've been working on this for quite some time. They have delisted every other version of the game that you can purchase.
Very cool. And I know this is not a physical release. This is only going to be digital. At least it has Sonic CD as part of it.
That's fun. Sonic, has that one been remastered?
I think it was on iPhones.
Right, where's the
The
remote?
phone remasters of these games are very good. Actually, is this Frontiers?
This is the teaser for Frontiers. The one
Sonic
that they
running
showed.
again. I think we've seen this trailer.
There he is running in a hamster wheel. There he goes, always running in a circle. Oh, look at him go! He's bopping.
Yeah, this is my favorite type
I
of
can't wait
combat.
for them to make all the combat just him running.
Hop in the
circles
air.
around.
Rails,
spam
rails,
buttons.
got
This is
rails.
literally just like the clips we saw from their gameplay reveal, spliced with like 2 clips of combat. But yeah,
And
this
that
is,
thing.
This is
Zap.
it. That's all we got.
Oh, did they change the logo? I think they
it's the
changed the
same.
logo.
And
That's
then-
fun and cool. And then
Wow, that sure
Sonic
doesn't look
Origins
like
is
a
the
game.
97th Sonic original games remaster they've done.
Yes, in
As
the
they
last
do-
6 months.
They re-release these games in like different compilations like every couple months.
Every few minutes they release a new Sonic collection.
Sonic
whether
Ring
it's
Collection.
like Sega Classics Collection, Sega Classics Collection.
Now this
2,
isn't just re-releasing
Sonic
it.
Sega Collection.
This is actually a remaster, so it's like
it's
it's
in
updated
widescreen
graphics
now.
and stuff, yeah.
It's in widescreen.
Sonic
We're looking at it
Collector's
here. I know they got rid of lives.
This looks phenomenal. They should have made the other game look like this.
Did they actually add these animations to it?
the gameplay.
Did they get
guess
the
not.
Mania guys to come do it? To do the
What you're looking at is the gameplay. So.
I know I'm looking at the gameplay.
Are you talking about these?
I'm talking about those.
I don't know.
There's an opening animated sequence to Mania. That's what I'm thinking of. Mania's
they might.
fun.
They might have done that.
If you want to play these, here's our tip: don't buy these. Don't buy these games, this collection. Then go to your Nintendo and get Sonic Mania. It's like $20.
Mm-hmm.
I think Plus is like $30, and it's better. And you can get a physical copy of the game
No, but Tucker, these ones are like
That they
plastic,
can't remove
though.
from the eShop.
that they
in,
won't
like,
remove
5
from
minutes.
the eShop when they release another collection in 7 minutes.
Yes.
This one is like
And this will
Better
probably
just
be
plastic
probably
though.
run like crap because Sega doesn't know how to make video games.
They have not since the Dreamcast, and even then they arguably
digital
do not.
release on all major platforms.
Epic Games.
Oh,
That's where
we
Fortnite
forgot
is.
about Island Camera. That's my favorite new feature.
And that's all DLC.
We're gonna have to celebrate Sonic's birthday.
Alrighty.
How old is he now?
Now
A million.
we got
70?
the big boy. Well, the like younger sibling of the bigger
Is
boy.
Summer Game Fest an actual live stream or just like a series of tweets?
It is an actual live stream. I didn't watch the live stream. I just read news articles that summarized it because I didn't want to watch the live stream.
Yeah.
Presumably Jeff Goldblum was probably there again.
Good for him. Was he
Anyway,
high?
starting things off, Guile is confirmed for Street Fighter 6. Woo!
Don't
We got
know
a new
what that
alien.
means.
We got a new Aliens game coming out and coming to console and PC in 2023.
Yeah, people like one of the Alien games, Isolation. I
Maybe
think,
it'll be-
is the one they like, and then they hate. I know they all hate Colonial Marines, and then I think they did another one like semi recently
Mhm.
that people also didn't like.
All right. Well,
So a great track.
This
Maybe
is gonna
this one will
tie
be
in
in.
with that Hulu show. I'm thinking that takes place on Earth and is about income inequality or whatever.
yeah. So
Is
I
it
hope
also
this is
about
a-
aliens?
I hope this is a game about financial management.
yeah, that'd be great.
And the Xenomorph
So
is
Dead
just trying
Space
to go,
4
like,
is
do its
coming
best.
out, except for it's not called Dead Space 4. It's called the Kelly.
Oh, is this the people who made Dead Space?
Yeah, it's
and who are
made by the
making
people
another
who
Dead
made
Space,
Dead
but they don't own the
Space.
rights. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's another one of these.
Literally just a
Callisto
Dead Space
Protocol.
game. Like the trailer actually, it literally just looks like a Dead Space.
This is my
game.
favorite trend in gaming. When people get
They won't
fired,
let us make one.
like they people who worked on Skyrim went off and they basically tried to make their own Skyrim, and then that studio was bought by Bethesda for real. I know the people who made Outer Worlds were people who did Fallout
yeah.
in Vegas, and they wanted to make a Fallout, but they weren't allowed to make one.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing.
And 9 times out of 10, they're really bad.
Yeah, because they don't have the money as they did
Like,
when they made
was
the
it
main ones.
Mighty Number 9? Remember that?
That wasn't Mega Man people. Well, I don't think it was Mega. No, it was a couple of Mega Man.
Yeah, it
people
was
in
like 2 of the lead people, and then a bunch of randoms.
every game on Kickstarter ends up being terrible.
Alrighty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 got an extended gameplay teaser thing.
Keep in mind, this is not actually Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, this is. We figured it out.
We did it
time.
last week. It
Like
was
Call
like
of Duty 12 or something.
it was like 19, I think.
yeah, it's
19
some
or 18.
one of them. Flashback 2 announced for summer 2022. Console and PC. I don't know what that is. Witchfire is announced and is entering early access soon.
Ooh, Witchfire.
Huh? Fort Solace announced will include voice acting by Troy Baker and Roger Clark.
Troy Baker.
I know who
favorite.
that is.
Routine
I don't.
announced for Xbox and PC with music by Mick Gordon. Dwayne The Rock Johnson shows up and he's selling a new energy drink.
Yes, I
He's
heard
the
about
guy
They
from
this.
randomly
Fortnite.
played a trailer for Black Adam.
Yes, I don't
A
understand
game
this.
thing?
Mhm.
Apparently, like every single time, like he's been doing something, he's been like plugging this energy drink. Like,
Okay.
and because you know how he just every time he needs to like record a video for something, he's always at his gym.
You want to
He's-
increase your chance to have a
He's-
heart
no,
attack?
he's always
Drink
just like
this.
having just worked out. He's always Max.
Well, he probably works out like 12 hours a day.
No, but like he like he'll need to like record a video like announcing like a release change for his movie, and he'll be in his gym like sweaty with his shirt off and just be like, "Guys, it's me, Rock."
Max is going to be gone for an hour and a half now.
Yep.
He'll be back on the next episode.
He's just like standing there sweaty and tired, and he's just like, "Buy my new Rock t-shirts and energy drink, and also we changed the release date. Love you guys. Bye bye."
Yeah.
And then he goes,
Well, okay. To
Mwah.
maintain a physique like that, he probably does work out like literally like
He is in
like
his-
8
and
hours
he
a
takes
day.
a lot of steroids.
That's the main way
yeah.
to get
That
that. way.
also helps.
How old? He's in his 50s now, right?
I'm not sure.
Let me
He's
check.
probably growing like
He is, he's
immense
exactly
amounts of
50.
like butt hair from all the
6'5".
steroids.
He's 50 years old.
All right,
Good for
we
him.
got a trailer.
Dwayne Douglas Johnson.
We got a new trailer for
I would go by
Outriders
Douglas.
Windslayer,
Johnson.
which is
Instead of The
releasing later this month. Nintendo showed off some of their upcoming games. No new announcements, just like a showcase of like, hey, we're still working on these. We got Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is there. That was their main
yeah.
feature.
Nintendo is yet to have a direct this year.
Yeah, which
Or
is
not this year. This like
Quarter?
this
season.
Yeah, which
Normally
is
they
getting
do it with-
increasingly concerning.
Normally they do one with E3, but obviously E3 is canceled this year.
And there's
Even though they announced it's coming back next year. I don't know if we talked about it last week.
yeah, we did. It's not going to come back though. Stormgate.
Just announced.
It's announced. I don't know what that is, but it's announced. Indie game High Water announced coming later this year.
What's it about?
Idea.
Sam just wrote down the
Again,
names.
this is just from the news article. This is literally just all copied from the news article. I don't know. I didn't watch the thing reporting on it.
Yeah, we're
We're
reporters,
news.
guys.
Oh, but this okay.
We're reporters who don't know what we're
reporting what was in an
We're
article.
just telling you what
This
we
is
know.
this is just like if you like got like an old lady.
So if you want to know
and
what
just-
we know,
It's like if you just got like a homeless man living in the woods and just like put him in a suit and put him on CNN and just
And
gave him a list of
People
events
don't
to
come
read.
here for the news. They come here to hear us make jokes about the news.
Instead
the
of
actual
knowing-
content of the news is less important.
instead of knowing this much news, you know this.
We're so late to everything too. Everyone's already read about it by the time we get to it.
So when they hear about it, they might even know more than us. So it's like, that's not irritating for them.
Yeah,
Goat Simulator 3.
How do you make a third goat simulator? It's
I did see this
it's a simulator
How
of
do you
a
make
goat.
a second Goat
I
Simulator?
don't know.
because they just make him increasingly like wacky.
They don't look any different.
Like I think 2 was in space.
That's a natural evolution.
That
of the
was the
series.
bit.
So where are they now?
We got some more Marvel
Mars.
Midnight Suns like stuff revealed. Who cares? That game.
Spider-Man's in the
I have
game
no
now.
hope for that game.
But
Why is
Spider-Man's
the
in the
villain
game.
like a villain from like World of Warcraft? Like she's literally like a rejected Warcraft character.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
Cuphead DLC was shown off. That's fun. You like Cuphead?
Oh,
Neon?
has it been delayed again?
No, they just showed up. They just
Was this because it's supposed to come out this summer, right?
yeah, I think so. Neon White is coming out June
I've been
16th.
waiting
Oh,
on-
so like tomorrow. And also, the developer for this one is like super active on TikTok. The game actually looks pretty cool.
When was Delicious Last Course supposed to come out?
I don't
It's
know.
coming out at the end of June. It was supposed to come out in 2019.
Midnight Flight Express coming August 23rd to PC. Okay.
A
Honkai
PC
Star
demo.
Rail.
You forgot that a PC demo is now live on Steam.
Yeah, because no one cares. Honkai Star Rail was revealed. It's made by the same people that made Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact. So I guess they're just
It's just like
they're switching out you know how both of them before they had the last word Impact was the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're taking Honkai and putting that in the front. So now those words are going to be the same instead.
They made Genshin Impact. Is that
They
what
made
you said?
Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact. This one's Honkai
Isn't
Star
Genshin
Rail.
Impact like a mobile game?
They are both mobile.
So
games.
next they're gonna make Genshin Star Rail.
Got it. No, the next one will be Oh no, the next time.
the next one is called Zenless Zone Zero, which is made by them also.
So they just threw out
Like
the
these are all
naming scheme.
translation things, right? This
No,
is not.
those are the real titles, Tucker.
Zenless Zone Zero.
It's Japan. The names of the things doesn't matter. You just look at the anime girl and you're like, wow, that looks cool. Then you
Whatever
play the game.
happened to like naming things like Star Wars? It's
Tucker,
like,
you know
oh,
how
I know what
Or
that's
like
about.
Goat Simulator.
You know the
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble
straight to the
manga
point.
section?
Flight Simulator.
You know the Barnes and Noble manga section?
No. Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you know how some of them have like 2-word names?
And some of them.
And then
are, like,
some of them are like,
paragraphs.
the one time I got turned into a bookshelf and then sent to another world to fight in the demon witch's army to kill the demon lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, there's only 2 kinds of titles. Absolutely absurdly long and ridiculous, or 3 random
like,
words that make no sense.
Game should
I
be
like the
called
ones
like.
that describe basically the entire plot.
No, I like games
It's
back
like a
when they were called,
synopsis
like-
is the title.
like Donkey Kong Jr. It's like, okay, that game's probably about Donkey Kong Jr.
Is that a real thing?
There's that time I got reincarnated as a slime. There's what's it?
Tat time.
I typed it wrong. What was that one?
Are they all? Do they all start with that time?
Yeah, most of them do, but they're
Oh,
not.
I
None of
remember
them
this one.
are related. What is this one called? Oh yeah. Here we go.
Woof Woof Story.
Yeah, so it's called Woof Woof Story.
What's the subtitle?
I'm trying to
Zoom
find
in,
out. Okay,
Sam.
I told you to turn me into a pampered pooch, not Fenrir. This is the second volume. There's a whole series. This is what I'm talking about, where the titles are either 3 random words that make no sense, or it literally describes the
They
whole
could have
book.
left it off with Woof Woof Story 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of these. Anyway, we got
What fun.
Casey Jones announced for TMNT Shredder's Revenge.
This has the arcade-esque Teenage Mutant Ninja
Yeah, the
Turtles.
sort of return to
beat 'em
beat 'em up
ups.
format.
Beat 'em up,
This
beat 'em
looks
up,
like
beat 'em
some
up.
fun.
They announced that it has a 6-player mode for online and local co-op, and that will also be coming out
Who's
tomorrow.
the 6th
I work
character?
for the co-op.
Casey Jones.
So there's the 4 turtles, then Casey Jones. Is it April O'Neil?
Probably. Or Shredder.
Is it
Or not Shredder.
the Rat
Man.
What's his face?
Ratigan from
I'm not a
Arthur.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. I don't remember the rat's name.
What's his name? Splinter.
Splinter, yeah.
Ratatouille from
The guy who
Ninja
learned
Turtles.
karate from reading a
Reading
manual
a
he found
book
in the
that just
sewer.
fell in the sewer once.
Like our
Alrighty.
movie.
We got an announcement for another new open world One Piece game. This one's called One Piece Odyssey. Coming out later this year. I don't know why they keep making these. They keep being horrible.
They're doing that
Not-
Netflix show too. It's kind of tight.
Soul Hackers 2 is getting an English dub, and that'll be coming out August 26th. See, this is what I mean again, which is 2 random words that make no sense. Soul Hackers
Well,
2.
I'm assuming this is about like hacking people's souls.
Probably, I don't know. It might also be about cats or something.
You're totally right. This could be about ghost pirates, as far as we know.
Metal Hellsinger, a rhythm shooter, will be coming out September 15th.
What is a rhythm shooter?
It's a rhythm game.
Well,
that's
I
a
assume
shooter.
it's a game where you shoot to the beat of some sort of music. That
Patrick,
would
you
be my
know, like-
guess based off of the
Patrick,
description.
you know, like Donkey Konga.
Oh, I know Beat Saber.
Yeah, it's like
Beat
that, but with
Saber
guns.
with a gun instead of a
Oh.
lightsaber. More footage from Nightingale. I don't know what that is. Saints Row Boss Factory showed off its character customization thing. Oh, this is part of the Saints Row reboot. Okay, I didn't know that
Oh,
was
is that
happening.
okay? So that's the customization
cool to
mode
hear.
in the reboot.
Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, which was announced last year. I
Is
guess
this got a role-playing game?
It is a tabletop RPG, but this is the video game of it,
Okay.
and it's coming out September 13th, later this year.
Oh.
Bloober Team is bringing back Layers of Fears with a new title made entirely in Unreal Engine 5, which will be coming out later next year. I just
Just like book.
think the name Bloober Team is
I do love that.
that's
You know
you
what
guys
else was
really
made
thought
We
long
should
and
call
hard
the
about
game Bloober Team.
We should change our name to like Booger Squad.
Booger Squad. I think people would watch that.
We get so many 5-year-olds subscribed. Our
They'd be like,
primary demographic.
Booger.
Patrick, your foot's on the table.
Guys, think about this though. We're 2 episodes away from episode 69.
Then we can quit.
We're done.
Then we're done.
We got more footage of Gotham Knights.
Oh my gosh, does it still look terrible?
Can't wait to not
we
play
have
that
to
game.
specify now. The game, not
The video
show.
game, not the.
Did you see that their Twitter account had to put out that they're not associated with the show? The games did, because people kept pooping on the show to them, and they were like, "Guys,
Okay, to be fair, both.
that's
look bad.
not us." Yeah, no, they both
We're
look
the
terrible.
different
But at
bad
least
thing that
the
you
game-
don't
The
like.
game looks better.
At least the game has characters.
It has
I've heard
Batman
of.
characters in it.
Yes, Gotham Knights, the TV show, does not.
Has 0 Batman characters.
No,
Which raises the question.
one.
Raises the question: Why not just make it its own thing?
Or anywhere else.
Why is
but
it related
Gotham.
to Batman?
I'm not gonna give you.
Because
Get your
brand
attention.
recognition.
Let's catch up.
But it's called Gotham Knights.
People know Gotham.
I'm gonna use it before you take it again.
Careful.
Yeah. So we got a Last of Us standalone multiplayer game. announced.
This is not a Last of Us game. This is Naughty Dog's next major project, which is an online shooter.
Right.
But it's not related to The Last of Us.
But it says a Last of Us standalone multiplayer game, announced by and discussed by Neil Druckmann.
Well, Neil Druckmann's
It's
working
described as a Last
on
of
it.
Us
I'm gonna look this
standalone
up.
multiplayer
I
game.
doubt it.
So what did they just like put that name on it and then just make an entirely different game? This is Call of Duty 2.
This
except
is actually this isn't
is
The
about
Last of
Bugs
Us. This
Bunny.
is The Rest of Us.
Guys, this is Star Wars, but on Earth.
This is The Most of Us.
When is this from? Keep talking. I'm gonna find.
We got
out.
more info on the Last of Us TV show. Troy and Ashley, the original voice actors for Joel and Ellie, will play real roles in the series.
Okay, but this isn't connected. Wait,
so they're going
what's
to
the difference
be playing.
between the game and the show?
One of
show
them,
is the
Patrick, is a
documentary.
TV show, and one of them, Patrick, is a video game.
I know, but are they in the same like universe type thing,
No,
or
they're-
they don't have anything to do with each other?
You know how like there's a Halo TV show and a Halo video game, and they're not really
They're the
related
same
at all,
thing.
but it's about the same.
the same
events.
thing. They're the same thing.
Yeah, but it's not because you can't play the TV
I.
show.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
Okay, well it's
He has technology beyond your comprehension.
well it's weird that the voice actors are going to be playing characters that
Oh,
aren't.
I have this in the TV. So why'd you
their
put this in the
characters?
gaming section?
Because this is when it was announced.
Well, that's not gaming news. is
Well,
it?
I just copied and pasted a Verge article, so I don't know what's in here.
Guys,
Is this actually how the article was structured? Because
Yes, it was.
You
I
could get
copied-
just a
this-
list of bullet points.
Yes.
you
wow,
could
what journalism.
you
Well,
could
it was
get this
called
news.
the no BS version. Like they have an article that's like all the stuff,
Guys.
and then
Is
one
it
that was
because
just
they
bullet
normally
points.
fill? That means they're admitting to the fact that they normally fill.
Guys, you
Yeah.
you could get this news 100 times faster if
By
you
just
just read
reading
the
it.
Just
Verge
read
I did
the
link
article.
the article at the top. You know, we should just
We
publish.
should have
these
just read the
dockets.
article out loud.
We should just publish these dockets as like on like Twitter or something. Like just make a news website and just publish these dockets.
No,
Obviously,
I don't want to be.
we wouldn't be able to just paste a news articles
That's-
from other
Well,
sources.
but people don't know that these dockets are filled with grammatical errors and like.
Let me make sure it was The Verge, so I'm not. No, it's Kotaku. This is from a Kotaku article.
Great, my other favorite clickbait gaming news article.
The point. Well,
Anyway.
we're not plagiarizing. We're just giving our opinion on it.
No,
Some of it we are
We
not
would never.
talking
It's
about.
editorialized,
Yes,
guys.
this is transformative. We're transforming it into something worse. All right.
worse.
The Last of Us
All right.
remake will be entirely in the sequels engine and only for PlayStation 5. It is
they
confirmed
did
for.
just a trailer for this.
Yeah, there is a trailer for
They're
this.
calling it The Last of Us Part 1. And they've revamped the graphical style to be more in line with Part 2.
So here
So
we
the
have-
character models have all
You're
been
telling
updated.
me part 1 came out.
They all look older
after
now.
Part
They've made they've aged all the characters up in the original game
to make it line up better.
to make
with
it
the
line up
sequel.
better with the second one.
So yeah, we can see. I think
That's
this
the
is.
first. That's the original.
Yeah, so this is like a
side by side.
yeah, well not side by side. It's like
It's the Demogorgon.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. That the other one on the right is the remaster for us in the room.
The fact that if the labels weren't there, I probably wouldn't be able to tell
Yeah.
you which one.
I
is
would have
the
got them
remaster and which one
backwards,
isn't.
guys.
I
I
mean,
thought the
you
one
can-
on the
you
right
can
was.
tell. You
I
can
thought
tell.
the one on the right was the better one.
You can tell they like okay. One looks better, but and I talked to Tucker about this before, like when this first came
But
out.
it's darker.
The way that they lit the game makes the new one just look less detailed.
yeah,
Like because
like
of
the models are more detailed. but, like, the
everything is
backgrounds aren't.
like polygonally more detailed, but like the actual detail in the environment is lost because the lighting is changed. so
Reminds me of The
significantly.
Sims.
I think that's like a.
Wait, no, Patrick, say that again.
What?
Reminds me of The Sims.
What?
I mean, you can see, but you can see like they've upgraded the environments in the actual like game.
Here, let me show
They
you.
added more algae,
So-
guys.
Yeah, hang on. Let
Revolutionary.
me. I'll show what I'm talking about here. If it'll not make the screen darker when I pause. Okay, see how the one on the left looks cleaner because there's just less fog, and then that one they just made it foggier, and now it's like just less visually clear what's there. Like why?
I think they've done that too.
Like why not just make it more detailed and not just add
you want
random
to know why?
fog?
You want to know why? Because the game wouldn't actually run because the PS5 isn't as powerful as they need it to be. And so if they just cover the background in fog, then the game doesn't have to
why
render
even
that.
remaster the game?
So they can have it on modern consoles. And
It's already on the last remaster came out like a year
so
ago.
it'll look pretty. No, this is
It's a classic.
Last of Us Remastered came out like a year after.
So
the
this is
original.
another remaster of the same game.
This is a remake.
This is the remaster.
They're remaking it in the Part 2 engine,
Yeah.
What's the point? Just
which means presumably the murders will be more grotesque to be in line with the second.
unless
version.
it looks like night and day
See?
better.
Yeah, you can
Which
tell
one
the
looks better?
The one on the left.
Yeah.
Unless they were gonna make
that
it
was
look
two
like
Like that one
a
just looks
million times
foggy.
That
better.
one's 2x zoom though,
So is that one.
but it is foggier on the right. That
It's-
is not- that
Okay,
is-
see now here's an example where the new one does look better.
is
where
in the
there's more
actual
detail. But this scene is also lit properly.
Yeah. Well, this was a development technique used in like PS2 games. They
Wait, the
would
one
do
on the left looks better.
they would use fog a lot to hide graphical, issues
Bugs and things.
and help the game run better.
Okay, see now that one the right does
Which
look
is
just
why they're
definitively
doing
better.
Yeah.
See there are some see that definitely
That
looks
looks a
better.
lot better.
But that's definitely a cutscene.
It's good.
That's just a bad
That-
frame comparison.
Okay, what is this? Why would I would not show that one makes it look worse.
Yeah.
I would not show this. But see now that one on the right. Okay, those look about the same.
It looks
That
better.
one now
on
it
the
looks
right
worse
now.
again because it's foggy for no reason. And
No,
that
But the faces are better, Sam.
I mean,
Look at the faces.
That's like a
Look at her.
game.
Pause it. Look at his shirt. Look, he's got chest hair now, Sam. Look at that. What upgrades?
oh, so he's just stopped shaving and then
Look, he's got a flashlight
I
on his
like
backpack.
the lighting on the one on the left better.
yeah, you can see the background more clearly.
Yeah, but like his
It's like
Gray
warmer.
hair, Sam.
American Chess
Look at the
Stick
gray
it on the
hairs.
yeah, he looks droopier.
looks older.
Look at that.
Okay, now
I
that
mean,
one on the right
they're
looks better.
like their faces
Everyone,
are probably more
that's what I'm
clear.
saying. It depends on the
one on
shot.
the remake is obviously like a lot cleaner.
See, this is the main thing I was talking about. There's so much more detail in the one on the left. In those
They forgot to
dark-
add
in the
that
dark
when they were doing
shots.
the remake.
Okay, what is this?
He's got a wound.
who did
now.
it? What is that? Well, I don't need to see his teeth.
It's like Sonic.
It's when you're playing
Anyway.
the game and you want to like stick your face right
The
up.
point
So,
is-
that's coming out.
that's coming out. They're getting you ready for that show. And then after the show,
Pablo.
they'll make another game.
Yeah.
And then they'll just keep
And then
going
Neil
forever.
Druckmann is also Naughty Dog's making another game. We don't know anything about it. We just know they're making one.
They're always making another thing.
Yeah. Now on to the big boy, the bigger boy, the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase. Every game that they showed is available in the next 12 months.
For now.
Yeah, until like half of them.
Until they realize that they've only made about a third of one of them and they delay it for 2 years.
But as of right now, they are all scheduled to come out in the next 12 months.
That's because studios don't know. Game studios don't know how game development,
Not
the
at all.
time to make it works.
The marketing people are totally
They just
disconnected
throw
from the
dates
people
out.
who actually
They
make
throw
the
like
thing.
dates and windows out, and then like the
No.
staff is just like, it's not done.
They're
though.
like, hey guys, you're gonna have it ready by then, right? And they're like, no. And then like, yeah, you will.
"Yeah, just aim for it.
Hey guys, when are you gonna be done?
what are we gonna
like
do?
probably like 2 years. Okay, so 2 months.
Can you make it in by lunch? I'd
Yeah, I have that
play it
turned
at
in my
lunch.
desk by 10 minutes ago.
We just started on it yesterday. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but it was due the day before that.
that's
So you're
fine.
saying this game is very graphically intense and has a ton of detail and really, really good looking? So you think you can do that in like maybe a month or so?
Did you say the game's not done? Well, can you just release the rest of the game later and then we can charge them extra? Oh, hey, that'll work too.
That'll work. Do that. All right,
All
but
we
our
have is a
first big
pig.
announcement was Redfall, which is a campaign-based vampire
This
hunting.
is the Left 4 Dead, but now it's vampires.
It's
instead of
Left
zombies.
4 Blood.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Wait, wait,
vampires
wait.
instead of zombies.
Like living vampires? Like.
Yeah, okay. So this is a
is
campaign.
Morbius in Midnight Suns?
He probably will
He
be.
better be.
I hope so. I'll buy that
But this
game
this
pass
one
when
is
it
primarily a single-player game with a focus on couch co-op as well as like.
Oh,
online
really?
co-op.
Couch co-op?
Yeah, it's
That's surprising.
It's primarily
Wow.
like
What's
Only
couch
Nintendo
co-op?
does that.
it's not PvP.
Local.
It's a shooter that's not PvP.
That's
We
like
call-
local. Like
Back in Minecraft, we call that LAN.
No, you
That's
don't.
not what that is.
That's not the same thing, Patrick.
No, Patrick, it's like when you're sitting on a couch
So-
LAN is when
Friend.
you're connected to computers together.
Patrick, you know how when you
Couch
play-
co-op is when you're both playing Mario Kart together.
So you know how when you play like Smash
On one
Bros?
screen.
On one screen.
Yes.
So it's like when you play two people on one screen.
That's exactly what I said.
Yes.
Yes. Patrick's a gamer, you guys. All right.
Like, gamer.
Sold his Xbox.
Sold his Xbox. Okay.
Silk Song is we got a trailer for Silk Song, which is the sequel to Hollow Knight, and it will be on Game Pass day one. I don't think there's a single one they announced that wasn't going to be on Game Pass day one,
So
but they made sure to mention it every
Silk
single
Song
time.
has a date now, right?
I don't
Was that
know
part
if
of
they
it?
gave us a date or not.
I know people were like, "Oh dang, I guess we're not gonna watch Indie Worlds now," because they were just waiting on a Silk Song date.
They should have named the sequel Filled Night. It's like hollow.
I still don't think it has a date.
All right, Max, that's fun.
Yeah, no official date, but it's part of their 12-month window.
Yeah, it's coming out eventually soon.
Yeah, it's supposed
We
to come
have
out
a new
in
game
2020.
from Dan Harmon and
Justin.
I don't think
Justin
Dan
Roiland.
Harmon's doing it. I think
Dan
it's just
Schneider?
Justin Roiland.
No, it's both.
Yes, Patrick.
What's the game called?
Dan Schneider.
It's called High on Life.
The
Yeah,
Nickelodeon.
Because they
Princess
specifically said
guy.
from the creators of Rick and Morty and
Well, that could be like a staff
and
writer
Solar
and Justin
Opposites.
Roiland.
So I assume it's both.
Solar Opposites was just Justin Roiland. Dan Harmon didn't work on that.
Well, Justin Roiland did all the voices.
Yeah, it's just Justin Roiland for.
Okay. Well, okay. Did Dan
'Cause
Harmon
it's
is
Squanch Games, which is his game studio.
I know because all the voices are. Oh, geez. Oh man.
Yeah, it's the same
oh,
ones.
boy. Oh.
He only does
It's
two.
me,
Yeah, he
Mr.
only does the
Poopy
Rick
Butthole.
voice and the Morty voice.
He does Rick and Morty, and he does his Morty one can slightly variate to Mr. Poopy Butthole.
No,
and
so
everyone else is the same.
The Morty voice is just like, oh, geez, oh, man.
Yeah.
That's like the default. And then you just make it a little bit scratchy.
He
And you're
just
like,
does this.
ooh, boy. Like, that's...
Yeah, that's Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Just give them slight accents, but they're the exact same vocal range.
Yeah, he does like 3 voices.
Yeah, I know, because I can do all of them. 'Cause they're all the
I
same.
know. Yeah, this is a shooter that's like semi-real. It's a sci-fi shooter, so it's like semi-realistic, but it's
like
alien
a-
environments.
It is significantly less cartoony than everything
Yeah,
else
but
is
the
done.
cartoon style
Is
is
there
like
like a
still
teaser
in
trailer
there.
or anything?
Like
There
the-
actually was. Yeah,
There was a
before.
trailer, and like the gun he's holding has like a face in his like traditional art style on it.
It's
And
not...
a lot of the environments have that.
It's
art
like a
style worked in.
3D realistic version of the traditional sort of Rick and Morty Solar
Yeah.
Opposites animation style.
Yeah,
Squanch
Games. But yeah,
But you can see there are realistic
like
characters.
the people are more realistic, but it's still got like goofy looking aliens in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so this is set to come out in the next 12 months as well. And this is a console exclusive.
Or what console?
Zebo.
It's coming to Apple Arcade Plus exclusively.
No, I know Mike and Rich from Red Letter Media are in this game.
This game looks
great.
good.
It looks fun.
So I might buy it,
It
just
looks
so
like
I can.
Ratchet
You don't have an
Clank,
Xbox.
But
I'll figure something out.
It's
I
a
used to have
console
an Xbox.
exclusive.
I'll
guys.
steal
Gonna
someone's
pirate it?
Xbox.
You steal Patrick's. Go on
Don't
now.
pull it. It's not gonna just. Is it a launch exclusive or an actual?
Tucker, you have a PS5,
There's
right?
an actual exclusive.
Okay.
Or Max. Who
I'm
has
gonna
the
have to work
PS5?
something out.
You should
Because I'm
sell
gonna
it.
steal his PS5 when Spider-Man 2 comes out.
You should just get a Series
this
S.
looks like Ratchet and Clank, but like rated
It just
R.
looks like Doom, but a cartoon.
Yeah, like
now.
a funny Doom. Like
yeah,
Doom,
it's
but
just funny Doom.
Yeah. Donkey's gonna love this game.
Donkey.
Can't wait to see Donkey stream it, and then I'll never play
What are
it.
you talking about? Donkey.
Look at
doesn't
those.
stream.
Get
Donkey streams
it.
like
graphics.
once every
Get
6
it. The
months.
Care Bears are mean.
That's a blob man.
That's a big
That
blob.
really
Oh,
is
no,
a
it's the
blob
Mind
man.
Flare.
That's a- I do like how not all the aliens are just like genitalia, but like mushed.
Yeah.
Every Rick and Morty character is just like a penis, but
Mr. Poopy
smushed.
Butthole?
No, but that's obvious. He's the one that's like, oh man, oh man,
Yeah.
sure do talk like
The voice.
this.
It's the voice.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Rick.
one voice he does.
Yep. Yeah. So that's coming out. That
He
looks
makes
fun.
it go high for Poopy Butthole, and he makes it go low for Rick.
Yep.
And he does one voice.
Mr. Poopy Butthole. Shut
Mr.
up.
Poopy Butthole, we gotta get in the copter. Okay.
Oh,
We gotta put a
jeez.
crew together,
Oh,
Morty.
jeez. All right. Game Pass members now get. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. Game Pass members now get access to all characters in League of Legends, Valorant, as well as other like content packs in other Riot Games games, and that all comes out this winter. So if you
Oh wait, High on Life is a console launch exclusive, so it's a time exclusive. So
Okay.
it will come to PlayStation later on.
No. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So if you like League of Legends or Valorant, and you
So,
have an
sorry,
Xbox,
Donkey.
you'd be really stupid not to do that. Not to just
Wow,
buy Game
if I
Pass.
didn't hate those games, I would be cool.
Well,
If I was
Valorant's
even mildly
fine.
interested in either of those, I'm sure
oh
this
my
would be
gosh,
interesting.
how
to me.
long is this thing?
If I was
Very
like
long.
really bored,
We got-
and
okay,
I
we got
didn't
some
wanna
ga- we
play
got some
Call
more
of
ga-
Forza, guys! My one game.
Patrick's favorite game.
So we got some more
Too bad I
gameplay
can't
for
play
A
it because
Plague
it's
Tale
sold
2.
as Xbox.
which looks neat. This
A
is
Plague
the
Tale
rat
Requiem.
game, right?
Yeah, it looks like Assassin's Creed but fun. That's how I describe it to
Ooh,
my
what a big
friends.
sell! Remember when the
Playboy Cardi.
oh my gosh, Sam can't spell plague.
I'm not trying to spell. I'm just trying to get the result. to
Plague
come
Like
out.
Tale
you.
Requiem. Everything's
So-
a subtitle now.
Yeah, we don't do numbers anymore. Numbers is done.
I played Plague Inc. one time.
That's not the same.
That's not the same game.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even remotely related.
Captured on Xbox Series X.
We should include like crappy mobile games on these lists of game announcements just so Patrick has something.
This looks like medieval.
Wow, a
Resident
game that
Evil.
I can
I
play
can
this.
play that one. You do have a computer, Patrick.
Wait, guys, it's
No, he
not
has
on.
a MacBook.
Which
Apple
is
hates games,
better than a computer, guys.
except for when they used to.
You should still play Minecraft on
This
there, right?
looks
You have
like-
Minecraft on your.
Barely.
This
It
looks
doesn't
like Death
run.
Stranding.
Remember when
lags.
Apple's marketing used to be "we're fun and not for business," like Windows, and now you can't play games on them?
Man, you know what?
Yeah,
game's
now
fun?
you can't do
Start
business on
chilling and walking around
Windows, so-
slowly.
This is about. This looks like every other video
Oh
game
my
I've ever
God.
seen in my life.
It looks like Assassin's Creed, but fun.
Third-person game with
Really?
stealth elements where you run around.
This
Nobody
looks
can
like-
to
crawl under the table.
hidden loading screen.
Dude, he's gonna bonk his head when he gets up.
This
It's a
looks
girl,
like
Patrick.
Spooky
He's
time.
gonna bonk her head.
Yeah,
when
this
she
looks
gets up.
fine. Again, looks like almost every other video game I've ever seen in my life.
You
Made in
can't
the past
stand
10
all the
years.
way up.
Ever since Last of Us came out,
This looks
everyone was like, "What if we
Assassin's
made
Creed
very highly narrative-driven story games where you wander around with another character who's younger than you and you fight guys who
Occasionally
are
beat up a
bigger and
guy.
stronger?"
Okay, so you know, like God of
Yeah,
War,
you
and
get it.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
That's
Make
the
that
game.
Everyone is either
Slightly
making
different.
Grand Theft Auto or Last of Us.
All right, we got
Those
a
are the
trailer
only two
for
games you're allowed to
the
make now.
Forza Motorsport remake,
Yes.
which comes out in
Patrick
2023.
cannot play that.
It
What? It's a remake
yeah,
of what? The
Forza.
first
Forza
one?
Motorsport.
Oh, it's Motorsport.
Yeah, it's the spin-off.
The best one.
But that's the racetrack one.
yes.
Yes.
But why is they remaking the first one? They
Make it
a
look
new
better.
one
Okay,
every year.
so this game has a 40 times physics fidelity increase over the original. Like the wind,
So they made driving less fun?
The wind direction and speed affects how your car handles. The heat and temperature affects how your car handles. They 3D scanned like actual plants and like tires and things to like leave on the like in
All
the
the
track.
sounds are real too.
All of the sounds are actually recorded of the like specific cars they're from. It's actually completely insane. All the damage is like rendered in real time specific to the car from the angle and like even like scratches on the paint and stuff. It's actually
Okay,
completely
I
insane.
think their plan is 2024. They're just gonna sell people real cars.
I feel like
The game looks really good.
No,
I think
Here,
they
I'll
forgot
Patrick,
what
you know
video
what?
games are.
I have a really fun Forza game. It's called Real Driving.
That's called it's Forza
You go, you
Motorsport.
take your car keys, and you go to your car, and you drive to
so
Walgreens.
it's hard for you to
No,
really
this is
get
better
what's
'cause
going
it's
on.
virtual.
This is better because
Without
when
them,
you
like,
get into a
explaining
horrible accident, you have to pay for it.
But this is the trailer. They did like a thing where they explained what was happening because obviously from watching the trailer you're not going to know. Oh
This
yeah,
one is like the first one.
yeah, the heat is affecting how the car handles. Like you're not going to know that unless they tell
Why-
you.
that just makes it less fun.
No, it
No,
makes it
it's
more
not.
realistic.
It's
Their goal
cool.
is to make it as realistic as
Tucker,
like,
Tucker, the
possible.
people who play
without
this
you
game-
having
The
to
fun,
buy a car.
okay.
No,
The fun of racing games is getting into wrecks.
Oh,
No.
Well,
That's the fun part.
then I have another announcement for you that you're not
It's
going to like.
driving goofy cars
We'll
on
skip-
racetracks and then crashing.
We'll
them.
skip ahead a little bit.
No, because the people that play Forza are like the car nerds who want like
People
every
who are
specific
boring.
detail.
They're making a new Horizon.
Nope.
Guys, they added heat
So,
to
like
the
you
car.
said a minute ago, games are supposed to be fun. So here we have the fun version of this game.
I
is
know they
getting
did
Hot
Lego
Wheels
a few
DLC.
years ago.
Yeah, so they're doing Hot Wheels DLC for Forza
That's
Horizon
fun.
5.
See, this is what these games should be.
And
They're stupid.
Well, they have the stupid
A love
ones,
letter to
and they
Mexico.
have
Well, the original one.
I
realistic
know,
ones.
yeah.
but it's funny because they're like,
The normal version.
yo, you love Mexico. How about Hot Wheels
How
cars?
about we put them in the mountains and also make them Hot Wheels now? But yeah, no, okay. So this looks actually super fun. I'm actually excited for this to come
Couldn't
out.
you just buy
Like,
Hot
that
Wheels
looks
Looks like
Unleashed?
the Sonic game.
This looks like what this looks like what the Sonic game should have looked like. This is what the Sonic
Yes.
game should have looked like. It doesn't. It looks a million times worse. This looks way cooler, but this is what it
This
should
is a
have looked like.
pre-rendered cutscene.
This just looks like Hot Wheels
This is a
Unleashed.
cutscene, yeah, but it's pretty much gonna look like this. It's Forza. It always looks
they
exactly.
already
like
made a
this.
Hot
game
Wheels
isn't
game that
rendering a
was
whole
like
lot
this.
else.
Yeah. But yeah, this looks fun.
It all looks fun. Looks like about a solid hour of entertainment before you turn it off and never fire it
If
up
you
again.
don't own a Nintendo console and you can't play Mario Kart, this is a fun alternative.
Yeah, I bought Gran Turismo, like the spin-off one that was like $20.
Me and Max
Gran
played it.
Turismo is a different series.
Gran Turismo
I know, but
is
it's
not
like
a
basically the
same
same exact
game.
thing. And I played it for about an hour, and I tried to figure out
We
how
do
to
have
drive the
Gran
cars.
Turismo.
But let me
But not
in
game
motorsport, you like work your way through all the tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
do that
pretty
in
fun.
Gran
It's
Turismo.
like-
Horizon, you drive around
I
aimlessly.
think they're the same game.
Like, no, okay.
Forza's better.
Forza is closer to like Microsoft Flight Simulator than it is
Right.
to like Mario Kart. Like, Mario Kart is a fun racing game, whereas like
Flight
Forza
Simulator
is
is,
like, well, I hope you.
Flight Simulator is a fun tech demo.
I hope you learned how the brakes for this specific car worked.
Oh, guys, you want to play Mario Kart? No, I'm playing Forza. Oh, we just ran out of fuel. Let me go back.
Let me go back. Let me go.
They're gonna bring
Oh,
back.
gee, my tire just popped. Let's go.
You know how games used to come with manuals, like in the box, that like you had to read to like know the story and controls.
Yeah,
With the next Forza is just gonna come with just an auto maintenance manual
for every single
for
car.
every car.
Every time your car
They'll just
breaks,
ship
you
it to
have to
your
repair
house.
it.
Oh, and you might notice that in all of these games, Gran Turismo, Forza, all the Forzas, there are no Teslas ever because they sold the exclusive rights to Asphalt. The
No way. The
mobile
mobile
game?
knockoff.
The one that drives the cars
And
for
there's
you.
only one Tesla in the game, and it's like the
Why?
lame
It's just
one.
a bad
I would
idea.
want to
on
drive
their
a
part.
Tesla
Good job,
in
Elon.
motorsport way more than
I'm
Asphalt.
sure Elon was not the main guy.
I'm
in
sure
charge
that
of
wasn't a
deal.
meme
No,
that
that
he
was
was
Elon.
doing.
That was Elon.
Dude, I think Elon makes
I'm
every
sure that was a
decision.
guy who was like, "You want to put our cars in asphalt?" And he went,
You
"I
know
don't,
what's
I don't know what that is."
He's like, sure. And then they didn't tell him it was going to be an exclusive.
All right, so we got. You can now be the Halo. I don't remember what it's called. It's the plane from Halo.
The
You can be
Warbird,
it.
is that what it's called?
Yeah, you can be it in Microsoft Flight Simulator now, and you can go to space.
So
What?
they added space now.
Yes, well, if you're in the Halo plane.
All right, now as your next
That
training,
was as I think that was free DLC that came out like when the presentation went live, so that's cool. Overwatch 2 is going to be free to play on launch, and they unveiled a new hero. She's like a neo dystopian future barbarian.
so people might play the game.
Yeah, so now that it's free, people might play it until they realize that it sucks.
They did a PUBG.
And they announced its release date as well.
Yeah.
October 4th.
Donkey will
Well, that
be
was when
so
I believe
happy.
the open beta goes live or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it slowly rolls out. It's an online shooter.
Yeah.
This is going to be on Switch, though.
Those 5 people will be so happy.
It'll be on Switch.
Is it a cloud version?
No, but it's going to run like poop.
It'll either run like absolute doo-doo or be a cloud version, which always runs like
Which
absolute
also
doo-doo.
runs like
You
doo-doo
turn on the
because
game and your Switch just
everyone-
goes-
No one has good enough Wi-Fi.
No, your Switch just goes and then dies.
It just coughs. Like just dust
Like,
comes out of that air
Smoke
vent.
puffs out of the exhaust, and the console just goes black.
It just explodes itself.
The first
just
game
to
console
not
that gets
suffer.
dementia.
All right, we got a trailer for.
Nintendo's fun new feature for the next console is that it ages in real time.
We got a trailer for Aura History Untold, which is like what appears to me to be like there was no gameplay, but it looks like a
it a
knockoff
card
of Civilization.
Is it a card game?
No, it's like a
Oh
Civ game.
no! Like the
Like
Like
Civilization.
Civilization, the only
Civilization.
game with that name.
no.
All right.
There's like a million games that do.
Elder Scrolls Online is getting a big update. It's called High Isle. For those of you who don't know, this is the game that so few people care about that they can't give it away for free. Like people weren't taking it
like
when it was
$60
free.
Wow, people love Elder Scrolls Online.
It released at $60, then it dropped down to $10 like a few months after release.
It's still like 60
and now
bucks on
it's free, and people still don't care.
You could pick up like 7 copies at your local Dollar Tree for like 50 cents each.
Yep.
Hi, sir. I'll give you
It's so
$5
worthless, they're
to
not even
please
gonna
take
charge
this
$1.
game.
Speaking of games that dropped in price as soon as they came out, we got an
And a
update for
worthless pile of-
Fallout. It's called The Pit.
It's a big pit they dug in New Mexico where it's supposed to throw copies of Fallout 76.
Yeah, if you guys are familiar with Fallout lore, maybe this means something to you. Apparently, it's a location from a previous game. You
All I know
shoot
is
up
peop-
zombies or something.
From-
All I know
Fallout
is people
75.
hate Fallout
Is that
76.
game playable now? Like, does
It's been fixed.
Supposedly, but they ruined
We've been told it's fixed, but no one plays it, so no
It's-
one actually knows if
Yeah.
it's been
It's a
fixed or not.
cyberpunk situation where it was
It's
buggy
fixed
and
now,
bad.
but no one plays it, so
but
no one really
yeah,
knows.
no one plays it because it was
Remember
so bad.
when it came out and everyone hated it and it was missing so much stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And then at E3, like a few months later, they went, "We're doing a battle royale," and they didn't announce fixing anything else, and everyone just went, "Okay, never mind," and then no one ever bought the game again.
Yeah,
guys
I already
know
talked
Fortnite.
about Forza
It
Hot
was in
Wheels.
clearance bins like 3 months after
Yeah.
it came out.
Speaking of games that are in clearance bins, Ark is getting a sequel. And
What's it been, like 9 years?
Oh, have you seen the trailer for this
I
one?
know, I know.
Yeah, hang on.
Our boy
Our
is
boy.
in it.
Let's not spoil it. For those of you who don't know or haven't heard me,
Arc 1 came out in 2015, so it's been 7
So
years
here we go.
from the
If
year-
you,
8 years after the original one?
if you like games where you have to wait like 6 hours of like wandering around and picking up sticks and things before you get to ride a dinosaur, then this I'm sure you'll be excited by this announcement. There's a dodo bird.
Patrick, you love dodo birds.
Mm-hmm.
They're Patrick's favorite bird species that's extinct.
Remember what I said about Patrick falling asleep?
Of all the extinct birds, the dodo bird's my
Is that
favorite.
the Joker dinosaur?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't even look at a dinosaur anymore. Jurassic World ruined dinosaurs for me.
I just want to watch the two
Just
biggest
wait, just wait.
dinosaurs duke it out.
Here it comes.
This just looks like
Our boy.
Horizon,
Here
but
it
like
comes.
crappy.
Hey!
Oh my gosh,
Our
Vin
listeners, it's our
Diesel!
boy Vin Diesel.
He's got family.
Sam, you gotta
Because
upload
that's what
the
cavemen looked like.
Sam,
Vin Diesel.
you gotta upload the audio podcast because it's just like fairly outdated, like by a month.
Oh no, it's like 3 behind.
That's like a month.
That's a month.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, Sam.
So yeah, Vin Diesel's in Arc 2. Also, Arc 2 is coming
I
out.
wonder if they told him. I wonder if they tricked him and told him this was for Jurassic World and it's an Ark game.
Okay,
But he
Vin
doesn't
Diesel.
know.
Vin Diesel. You know Fast and Furious, right? Okay, imagine Cars, but you're like riding a dinosaur instead. Oh,
my God.
okay.
My God, we gotta talk about that Jurassic World movie.
That
That was something else.
So Scorn is coming out. It's like a dark sci-fi alien puzzle RPG game. It looks really weird. I don't know how to
Is it a first person shooter?
It's first
open world game or a narrative driven game where you walk around as a
Okay,
character
I'll
in
just show you
third
the trailer,
person
'cause
with
I don't know
another
how to.
younger character?
I don't know how to explain what this is.
I was gonna do a bit, but that's fine.
Dumb
Scorn.
bit.
Looks like Elders. Looks like Doom.
It looks like Doom, but it does not look like it plays like Doom.
Still need to play Doomy.
It looks like Doom, but really slow.
Max, you will hate Doom Eternal.
Yeah, so there's a
Because it's way
goopy,
too hard for
goopy
you.
Man.
Oh my gosh, the upside down.
Oh right, I can't play hard games. Me stupid. Me can't play hard game.
Looks like
I definitely did not beat
Beat
Elden Ring
spooky.
3 times.
You didn't beat it 3 times.
Yes, I have, and I can show you. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh!
Sucking it. That's a oof.
I would be worried about this being
Rip off that
Oh,
umbilical
he's
cord.
You're
pulled
gonna get
TV.
demonetized.
well, the trailer's not, so I mean, if
Looks
they're
like
not demonetized,
looks like just like grosser Doom.
yeah,
This looks like Doom, but like if everything
Gross.
was like
like
all the
Godfrey.
gore
If
was,
it
like,
was
turned up
Godfrey the
to-
Grafted and everything was grafted and it was also Doom.
yeah.
Oh, you know what this is? This is like if just like if Cronenberg made a video game.
Yeah, it's a Cronenberg.
He's just like,
game.
what if everything was body parts?
What if everything is grosser than
And
it
everyone
needs
went,
to be?
Cronenberg, is this your fetish? And he goes, maybe.
Obviously, yes.
I want to see
How
Dan.
have you not figured this out by
Did you
now?
see his most recent movie, David Cronenberg's? It's called Crimes of the Future.
Yeah, I
he
know.
made a different movie in the 70s with the same title. That's a different story.
Tucker,
He just used the same title twice.
Tucker, I
for
want
two
to.
different
I want to
movies.
see Dan Schneider's not movie, video game where it's just like feet everywhere, and you get to like play with the feet.
Is that
All right, Patrick's fantasy foot fetish game.
is
The
that
Nickelodeon guy.
Nickelodeon guy. Yeah.
All right, we
What's his
got
face?
a trailer for
Dan Schneider.
No, what's it?
we got a trailer
He
for
made-
Flintlock, which looks
iCarly.
like Elden Ring if you had a gun and
different
it wasn't
guy.
as hard. That's what it looks like.
Oh no, it's called
All right.
Garbage.
Minecraft Legends is
Oh,
a
What is
no.
this?
No.
so it's a new
More Minecraft spin-offs.
yeah, it's
like
a new
Minecraft
Minecraft
Dungeons, but-
spin-off.
Remember how good Minecraft Dungeons was?
It doesn't. It's not the same as Dungeons. It's a different
I
kind
know
of game.
you're saying, but
Yeah, this one looks more.
Minecraft.
This one looks to have more depth to it than Minecraft Dungeons.
Minecraft Dungeons is so boring.
Yeah, because you just click the bad guy and he dies.
You just run around like flat
Sam,
areas.
you played that game.
I played.
Sam beat
past-
the whole game.
No, I didn't. I
Oh, you
played
didn't?
through the
Once you
first
beat
mode.
one level,
Is
you've
this
beaten the
an
game.
RPG?
I don't know.
This
Maybe.
does look weird. Oh, look. What?
Why can't
Why is the
actual
rabbit
It
Minecraft
alive?
looks like
look like
Clash
that?
of Clans, but if you actually play the game instead of like watching.
I
the
like.
gameplay
It's
stuff.
weird to me that they always do for this and Dungeons. They do like the Minecraft art style, but not.
Mhm.
And they just like make stuff up and change like already existing designs and add stuff like a big.
Well, I think they want them to be visually distinct from each other.
Remember Take Back the Night?
Hmm
Take
So-
back the night.
Yeah, this is like Take Back the Night, the game. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
So the Nether.
That would actually be really cool. If they made just a game that was like literally just Take Back the Night, I would actually.
Do a Brian's Life Minecraft parody.
So this is the third Minecraft spinoff.
This is
game.
the third Minecraft game. Like that isn't.
No spinoff. Well, it's
Well, it's the
fourth-
second spin-off.
It's the fourth Minecraft.
Why can't
Oh, right,
actual
now
Minecraft
story
trees
mode,
look that
yeah.
good?
Which is not a game. Story mode is really not a game, but it's technically
Netflix
It's on
show.
Netflix. Yeah, it
it's
does
a
not
Netflix
count as a
show.
game.
It's on. Yeah, it is on Netflix.
Yeah, this looks really cool. It's like an RTS. almost.
does this have actual gameplay in it?
Yeah, this does have gameplay. Yeah,
Can
so
we
we're
fast
getting
forward
into
to
the
the game?
gameplay now.
Okay.
We're
Play
here.
right now.
That looks less good than the
This
other part.
looks weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm. It looks like a new thing. I don't really know how to describe this.
I'm trying to think of a game.
It looks like an RTS, but like faster paced. Which is honestly my biggest problem with RTSs. So if that's what it is, a new action strategy game. It sounds like a fast-paced RTS, which I would enjoy.
interesting.
Because
Well, it might be
RTSs are
cool.
really, really annoying.
It's coming to Nintendo.
It is coming to the Switch.
And
Can't
it
wait
will
for it to
still
run
run
like crap.
horribly.
Well, it'll probably. I mean, given the art style, it'll probably run. fine.
Dungeons doesn't run well on the Switch.
It's like a locked 30.
No, Dungeons runs fine on the Switch.
It literally runs fine.
I know because I played it.
You just look at my. That's because you're comparing it to my PC
No,
running
it
it, which
just
is
doesn't
not
run
fair. Alrighty, we got a trailer for Lightyear Frontier.
Which is a farming game in space.
Yeah, if you've ever played Farming Simulator, imagine if instead of a tractor, you're in a
Stardew
robot.
Valley is free on
I played Farming.
for
The games?
Switch Online members for like
Oh.
the next 5 days.
I
then I
actually
don't care.
played Farming
How on earth
Simulator.
am I supposed to like play that game in 5 days?
You don't. You play it for 5 days and then they get you to buy the full game.
But I'm just not gonna play it at all then.
Guys,
Either
I
give it to me
actually
or don't.
Not if you get addicted to it.
I played Farming Simulator 19 for about 2 whole minutes.
All right, we got
and it
the
looked
case.
so
Oh,
bad,
okay,
I
this
couldn't
we
game-
gotta keep moving.
This game actually looks really cool.
We can't stop. We gotta keep going before we die. Or before Patrick goes to sleep. And then
It's
he'll
okay, he
snore
can
into the
sleep.
No,
microphone.
Tucker.
And then we'll start
I
talking about
think
Obi-Wan
you'll
Kenobi.
actually find
Patrick,
this.
just so you're aware, you're no longer in frame because you're beneath.
No,
the,
he
he's
can
beneath
see
the
his
ping
I
pong
think he
table.
doesn't care.
That is completely okay. With
So
me.
this actually looks good. I wanna have the audio on for this one.
I need
Most of it's
East
dialogue,
Blocks.
so it's fine. But
Blood violence.
this one
Oh, no,
actually
blood
looks really
violence.
cool.
Rogue. Our audio. This is
Oh,
a
it's
terrible
bad.
audio
Don't you have to
show.
mute it?
No, there's no music. I mean, there is.
We're
but
gonna
it's not-
copyright strike.
Just
for
explain what's
spooky
happening,
car
Tucker.
noises.
Whatever, we don't make any money.
So there's a spooky car driving through like a spooky old timey.
Ooh, that's never been
mansion.
done before.
Ooh. Spooky mansion.
It's
ghosts.
the guy from Ninjago.
It's a 2D action platformer.
Sam, that's the guy from Ninjago.
Oh, this is like
That looks really good.
Oh, they're going for a Castlevania type thing.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania, but like in like a 1930s
they're doing like
era.
modern.
Yeah.
Or I guess the main character's wearing a suit.
You know
That's
what?
about the
I
only
think
difference.
video games should stop trying to look like real life because they never like they get close but like not right. And then I think the ones that just look artsy look way cooler.
So this is just like they're like a modern take on.
Yeah, it looks like a
Castlevania.
modern Metroidvania, which is really cool. And he's got some sort of like demon powers or
It
something.
looks really
too.
fluid. I like
It
that.
looks really nice.
It kind of looks like
It reminds me of Hollow Knight, but like
reminds
more
me of
realistic
Ori.
looking.
Yeah,
Or,
this might be the game I was most excited for from the showcase.
Yeah, I
Which
know.
is weird because it's like a
They made. I'm guessing it's not the same people, but the Bloodstained was the most recent like Castlevania successor, but that was in like a 2D pixel art style. What is this called? The Last Case of Benedict Fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
This game I'm hyped.
That looks kind of fun. And it's got
Too
my
bad I
favorite type of
can't
violence,
play
which
it.
is blood violence.
Mm-hmm.
Only Sam can play it.
Yep. They won Game Pass, baby. All right.
It'll be another thing. If it's an indie game, they have.
We got a
to
trailer
put it
for As Dusk Falls, which is like, have you ever played?
Is this a choose your own adventure thing?
Yes,
Oh, I don't care. Keep
but
moving.
have you ever played a Google Slides PowerPoint presentation?
Is that what this is?
That's what it looks like. I just want to show you the art
we don't
style.
have time for this.
I know, I
Sam.
just want to show you the art style.
It's
Shut
only
up.
10.
You know, did you see how much movie news we have today?
I'm sure not
Just
all of it's-
look at this, okay? Shish and look. Shish and skip ahead. Go on. No,
An
I don't
original,
wanna-
just let it go. Just let it
Show
play.
me the thing. I just want to show you the art style. I don't care about what they have to say. See how he moved slightly?
The hair moves,
This
guys.
looks like GTA.
Oh,
like
this
the,
looks
Yeah,
like-
this is how they move.
Is this actually how it's gonna play, or is
Yes,
this just
this is
for
how
the
it looks.
trailer?
This is how it looks. This is gameplay footage.
like how the door opens smoothly and they're just like,
Everything moves normally except all the people, which move like PowerPoint presentation
John,
slides.
pass me the
And just
milk,
sort of
please.
teleport from step to step.
That
Wha-
looks like crap.
Why would you do that?
Don't know. It looks so weird.
I'm sorry for everyone who worked on that game, but that was a bad idea for an art style.
That's an example of sometimes you gotta just not do
No,
the artsy
that's
thing.
That looks like when
That's an example of we have a real low budget, so we're just no one's gonna move.
All right.
John,
They're just gonna
That's-
poof places.
We got a trailer for Nakara Blade Point, which actually looks super duper fun.
Battle Royale game.
It's
what cool fun.
Let me show. Fine, I'll show you.
I love Battle Royale games.
So I just want to show the rest of them.
Sam with his hot take loves Xbox.
I just want to show because this is the shortest
Sam's
trailer.
a hardcore Xbox.
He's a simp
gamer.
for Xbox.
That's right.
Yep. But yeah, it actually looks pretty fun.
oh, is it like For Honor but anime?
Yeah, it's like For Honor but anime, and it looks cool.
It looks boring to me.
Oh,
Tucker's hot take.
she's got boob.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
Max, when you're 50,
So
you're not
it's
gonna get jobs because of what you said on
Yeah.
this podcast.
No, it's fine.
They're gonna do a quick Google search in this.
Excuse me, sir. When you were 14, you said this thing.
Hey, people have been canceled for less.
Yeah, but I'm not a
But
famous
yeah.
person.
Battle Royale
it's
Ninja
a
game.
It's a all right. No, I don't care.
All right, we got Pentiment. Oh my gosh, this game looks so weird.
Sam, Sam's gonna keep us here all day.
No, just look at this. Just look at those like
just done like
those medieval cutaway gags from.
Oh no.
It looks like this.
This looks like a gumball sketch thing,
No,
or like a
this is
gumball
King's
skit.
Quest.
This is gameplay.
Oh no, mother has died of dysentery. Go to the boat, father.
And it's not voice acted. It's just sketching noises whenever. they
Son, what are
talk.
you doing? Oh,
So,
I'm playing
I
a
don't
game,
know.
Mom.
Maybe it'll be good. I just am not a fan of the art style about it. Grounded comes out in September. It's been out for like years. It's just like finished being
They're
made
finishing
now.
it.
So like kind of like Among Us.
What?
Erebon
Alright, game.
is a game that they also announced. It's sort of like Assassin's Creed, but you can like turn into a shadow and you can like move on walls as long as there's a shadow there. It looks pretty cool actually.
So it's linked between worlds.
Similar, yeah. It's like if you combine that with Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
Diablo 4.
Oh right,
That's
this,
a big one.
Yep.
Diablo 4. I'll just leave this up while we talk about it.
So everyone, there's a lot of Diablo fans,
Well,
but
is there
all
though?
of the Diablo fans hate the people who make Diablo.
Because the people who make a Diablo hate them.
Are tone deaf and hate the fans.
Yeah.
Guys, this
So
party
I'll
game sucks.
I'll turn the sound
So,
off.
yeah,
I
I
hate
mean,
you.
I saw this trailer. It looks like Diablo. But
Yeah,
I'm
so-
sure it's got improvements and additions.
It's
and-
open world this time.
Yes.
So what that means is there's going to be a big overworld map that's mostly empty.
and then you just
And you
go
walk from
to the
dungeon to
dungeons.
dungeon. Yeah. I mean, the gameplay looks fun.
It looks like Diablo.
It looks like Diablo.
Like graphically improved Diablo.
It really does look like
Remember when they
better
remastered,
Minecraft dungeons.
Diablo 2 for Switch and they added Ganondorf?
Mm-hmm.
This game should have Ganondorf.
It really should.
As you can see from, if you're watching the video version of the show, they just showed a clip of this brand new open world, and it is exactly what we just said.
Mm-hmm.
A big field where you ride around on a horse until you get to the one place you're supposed to go. Because games that are open world that aren't completely built around that mechanic usually don't work very well.
This
as an open world
time,
game.
you are the loading screen.
I mean, I'm sure Diablo fans are very excited.
Yeah, and it has
don't care as much, but I'm glad. I'm happy for them.
It has a very heavy
This world is
emphasis
so
on
immersive.
multiplayer co-op, both online and couch. And from what I understand, and I might have interpreted this wrong, but from what I understand, the way the game works is like as you progress around the map, you can find you can basically build villages and things by like freeing certain places from the demons or whatever. And you and your friends can actually all play on the same, like sort of a server almost.
Like
and
when
like
you're not all together, you can play.
Yeah,
on
and
it.
all of
Okay.
you sort of all work together and interact with this map that continues to grow and build, which I think is an interesting idea.
That's fun.
This what's on the screen now is that's their world boss mechanic where all your friends can team up and bigger bosses will spawn.
Yeah,
that you'll
this
have
is
to
the
look
shared
towards to
world
fight.
thing. Okay, that's kind of fun.
So it does look really cool.
It's like Monster Hunter.
No, it's like Minecraft Dungeons,
No, where you can
but good.
To be clear for everyone listening, Minecraft Dungeons is like this. Minecraft Dungeons was
Yeah.
way after Diablo.
Minecraft Dungeons is a
Minecraft Dungeons was ahead of its time.
heavily simplified version of
this.
Oh,
Diablo.
did I just see blood?
Yeah, there's
everything?
PvP in the game too, which is cool. So,
Very
Oh,
cool.
just
Moving
like
on.
Elden Ring.
Just like Elden.
Actually, that looks like if Elden Ring was a dungeon crawler, basically.
That's an opinion that has been
Or-
stated now. Sea of Thieves got an update. You can
maybe
now
I'm
name your boat, which you couldn't do before, I guess.
Woo!
And you can like decorate your boat, which for some reason you also couldn't do before.
So it's a big update.
Sea of Thieves came out like 5 years
I feel
ago.
so bad for Sea of Thieves fans. They just
So many people
they
play
get-
it.
So many people play it, and they get no content.
Big
like, ever.
announcement. You can name your boat.
No, okay.
There's always
Nick
DLC
is a
campaigns.
super duper big Sea of Thieves fan. He loves that game,
I still don't know what
and
you
they
do
just
in that game.
never.
It's pirates.
It's just a pirate game.
Remember
So
when
is
they
it like,
added? Remember when they added Pirates of the Caribbean a few years ago?
No, that was earlier this year.
Does it just like generate new islands or something?
You have like quests that you.
It's
do.
online and it's quests.
Yeah.
It was a
Anyways, Sea of
game-
Thieves,
It was a game originally conceived in the 90s
and it
for
didn't
the
come out.
SNES
yeah.
by Rare, and then it was repurposed into Banjo-Kazooie. And then when they were pretty much when Rare collapsed and stopped making good games, they went, "Remember this pirate idea? Why don't we just do that?" And that's where Sea of Thieves came from.
Pirates.
Anyway, Ravenlock.
Ravenlock looks cool. I know Tucker doesn't want to watch any more trailers, but it looks really cool.
I won't watch trailers for games called Ravenlock or Cocoon.
It's a 3D pixel art action RPG game, which looks really interesting.
3D pixel art are already disinterested.
Okay.
I'm so tired of pixel art for indie
Like
games.
Octopath
It's
Traveler?
not an indie game.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Cool.
If it was an indie game, it would have been in not this.
Anyways,
Cocoon,
guys, triangle strategy.
it looks to be like sort of like a old school Zelda-looking RPG.
Okay.
Wulong Fallen Dynasty is made by Team Ninja, which is
Didn't
If
they
you-
just buy it?
Mhm.
Yeah, them.
if you're unfamiliar, they've made a lot of like really like big classic games.
They do all sorts of stuff.
yeah.
Team Ninja.
But it looks to be a samurai action RPG where you fight zombies. But there was no gameplay in their demo trailer, so I'm not entirely sure.
Team Ninja did Neo.
it's like
Okay, this
COD, but you
this
have
is
a
actually a
sword.
big deal. Personas 3, 4,
Yes, I
and
did see.
5 are coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Yes.
And it's all the remastered versions. It's not the original version. So it's Persona 5 Royal,
Ooh, I can't read them.
Persona 4, whatever that one was.
Yeah.
Persona 3, whatever the remaster of that one was.
And none of these games are on Switch.
Yep, even though all
Despite
the
the
spin-offs are.
fact that Persona 5 runs on the PS3.
Mhm.
Because there's a version of it for the PS3.
And the fact
Jokers and Smash.
Jokers and Smash
And Persona 5 Strikers is on
also on
Switch.
Switch. They know how to do games there.
What
Patrick's
even and
Are you
also
asleep?
Persona's main demographic is probably Switch users.
Absolutely. I guarantee you this would have sold.
It's highest selling.
This would have sold 4 or 5
platform
times
with the
more
Switch.
on the Switch than the Xbox. I don't know why they brought it to the Xbox first. Probably just because it was easier.
They'll probably put it on there like right when the Switch is about to be replaced.
All right, this is the last announcement, second to last announcement of this whole event. Kojima said that he is making a new game exclusively for Xbox. That's the end of that announcment. Kojima's making a game.
Death Stranding 2.
Literally,
Another Stranding game.
You should have seen the video. He's like is it Todd Howard who's the CEO of Xbox?
Todd Howard.
Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer's
Phil
like,
Swift.
and now to Kojima for our next announcement. And it's literally just Kojima standing. You know how he always does his videos where he's just like in a hoodie, looking like this at a camera in his office.
He hasn't not looked at a
He's like-
computer in
He's
5
like, hey
years.
guys, I'm making a game. But he said it in Japanese. And then it cuts back. And Phil Spencer goes, thank you, Kojima-san. Now, on to our next announcement.
Very cool, Kojima.
It was so weird. But, yeah, so
Everyone loves
Starfield.
Kojima.
Starfield is real now. After decades of not being real.
But them pretending it is.
So, I guess this one is
This
probably
one we
off
should
the
show.
for. Yeah, this is a big deal.
It's Elder Scrolls in space.
Yeah, so if you and it seems to have that same sort of there's a supernatural element to it for the story. Like the story revolves around these, for lack of a better term,
vague
nonsense. Yeah.
Quotes
So
and
for lack of a better term, the story
empty
is
platitudes.
there's these Halo ring fragments that are scattered around the galaxy.
Are they actually called Halo Rings?
No, I'm calling them that because that's what they look like. And you are investigating the origin of these relics and how they're affecting the universe. There are other factions you can join and become a part of. There's like a pirate gang. There's like the Starfleet. There's like a third party that's sort of in between. There's a couple different groups and factions you can join, and obviously that'll affect the
So
story.
what you're saying is
And
it's like Elden Ring.
Yeah, so in a similar way to like Skyrim, where you could join the Stormcloaks or the the Imperials or whatever. It's a similar idea.
Woo,
Third
slowly
person?
walking.
You know how Skyrim you can switch between third person and first
Okay.
person. It's the same way. So you can switch between that. There's
Oh,
Can
amazing
fight a big
time.
crab.
there's some aliens on this planet. There are over 1,000 planets.
Are they randomly generated?
No, but
Hmm.
only ones that exist within a distance from the sun where it can actually support life have life on them. So most of them are going to be barren wastelands with nearly nothing on.
Okay, so
Now that really cracks down on development time.
so
It sure
99,800.
They referred to the planets that are important as Goldilocks planets, what that's telling us is maybe 20% of them are going to be important.
So 4 of them is where the story takes
So
place.
there's 40 planets in this game, and
Uh-huh.
like 800 others that are just sort of around.
that are copy paste.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks interesting.
I didn't expect anything less or more,
whoops.
so I'm not
I
surprised.
want to get to the combat.
There's a little bit
There's-
of everything.
That
There's
kind of looks
combat.
cool though.
It's got a little bit of everything.
It's got a little bit of something for everyone. No, I'm pretty sure they did say that during this.
I mean, it's
Pirate.
we're comparing.
you can
it
see
to,
the UI is almost exactly the same as Skyrim.
We're comparing it to Elder Scrolls, but if anything, it's like Fallout.
Did the same people make it?
Yeah,
It's Bethesda.
Oh, he's gonna hack the mainframe. Watch this.
So they did say Todd Howard came out and he went. So
Patrick,
it's
no one can hear you if the mic is like that.
Poopy poop poop.
Okay, thank you.
So Todd Howard came out. I know, and I don't think this was at the presentation. I think this was just like an interview with a magazine. He said the plan is Starfield, which has been delayed to 2023, probably won't come out till the
20
fall
2099,
or 20. It'll be delayed.
2077.
It'll be delayed, but it's this, which is still using the same engine as Skyrim, Fallout 4, I think Fallout 3.
And
it's
you can
the same
tell.
engine.
I can't
You
wait
can
for people
tell.
to be so
Yeah.
insanely disappointed by this
What's
game.
wrong with the engine?
It's like 15 years old.
Yeah.
Patrick, you see
It
how the
looks
people
fine.
stand
There's
and
Todd
walk
Howard.
like this? That's
There he is.
engine.
There's my
Talking.
favorite middle-aged
Did they
man.
make their own engine?
They did. Yeah.
Tries to look like he's a 30-year-old man.
Why don't they just use
saw, like,
Unreal
a-
Engine like everybody else?
Because they are too cool. Bethesda,
I saw a
Patrick.
TikTok on Starfield.
They don't know how to use other engines.
They use Bethesda.
They've been using the same one for 15 years,
No.
and no one else knows how to do
Everyone
anything else.
criticized them for doing it when Fallout 76 came out because the engine was half the reason it ran like poop.
Mhm.
And they were like, nah, this engine's great. We're going to use it for Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. Screw you. So, yeah, their plan is Starfield, then Elder Scrolls 6, and then Fallout 5, like actual Fallout 5.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
Fallout
so-
5 will come out in 2040, and Elder Scrolls 6 will come out in 2036.
Yes.
I
All
saw
right.
a TikTok, and there's this guy talking about Starfield, and he's like, guys, Starfield's gonna be the coolest game ever. It has fully customizable characters and tons of planets.
Oh.
And then that was it. And I was like, okay, so one of those things is kind of a thing that other games
Exists.
haven't done before.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. The story seems to follow different factions depending on your player choice, and
It's Skyrim in
yeah.
space.
Skyrim in space.
Moving on to
TV news. Patrick, you can wake up now.
Yep.
We got a trailer or teaser, really.
We really got to do these in 2 separate podcasts. So that
Why don't you just show up late?
No, we really got to separate these into 2 podcasts because they're completely different
But
things.
you fall asleep either way.
Okay, to
These
be fair,
need to be 2 different podcasts.
we once a year have that much gaming news.
Why can't we just have 2 separate podcasts? Or can we
Patrick,
start
do you
with
want to have 2 separate podcasts?
I don't have to be on the
Okay,
gaming
at
time
least
podcast.
like
He's
3
only saying it
times.
because he wouldn't have to worry about the other one.
Alrighty.
We have
But we got a
hour and
trailer
half podcast about, whatever.
Every like
and-
3 months, you guys are like, we should rebrand, and then we don't do it. And then 3 months go by, and we're like, we should rebrand.
Well, just look at the
Cool.
quality of the podcast now from what it was when we started.
Yeah, to be
like,
fair, it
about
has
the
increased.
same.
like by 2,000,000%, it's gotten better.
Castlevania Nocturne is the new Castlevania series.
Anime.
Anime. Well,
It's a
sort of
follow-up
anime
to the
series.
other
It-
Castlevania.
it's
anime,
continuing from the story of the last series.
which I think just ended like a couple
did not watch
months ago.
Yeah, it's
I
really
haven't
good.
seen it. Apparently, it's very
no,
good.
it's actually really good. You should watch it.
People like that show a lot,
And it's not technically an
and
anime.
I think it's real short
Look,
too.
I'm
right?
too
It's only
busy
Yeah, no, it's
watching
not-
all
it's
the
not
every
at all.
season's like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm too
technically
busy
not
watching
anime.
all the basic things everyone else watches.
Patrick's too busy watching
Patrick,
The
it's on
Office.
Netflix.
So what?
That means everyone watches it.
No, that's not true.
Richter Belmont is the main
No, that's
character,
true.
and he is the son of Trevor Belmont and
He's from
his wizard girlfriend
Castlevania
from the last
X.
one.
And Smash.
I'm excited for this. I watched the Castlevania
He's
series. It's
he's
very
got
good.
his big lasso whip
Got
chain.
the same whip that all the Belmonts use.
Oh my
They
gosh.
all use the same one.
They all use
Oh
the
my
same one.
gosh. Just like
We
Squid
also got a
Game.
trailer for Netflix's new Sonic show,
Sonic Prime,
featuring Big
the Cat. Very cool.
So instead of showing you guys the Castlevania,
it's like a
we're gonna watch
5-second
Sonic.
clip. It's really short.
Sonic.
The ad you get before the video will be longer than the video.
Well, I have YouTube.
33
I don't have
seconds.
to worry about that.
This is a kid's show.
Yeah,
This is
so
a- yeah, this is a new
is the
cartoon.
show. I hope it is a follow, like closer in tone to Sonic Boom, the show.
It's probably not. It's probably more like Sonic X. Was that the
Sonic
other
X,
cartoon?
Sonic Underground. is the one
Again,
people
this
like.
art style would have been
Underground
better
is
for
the
the
one
Sonic
that's supposed
game.
to apocalypse and about him in a band.
Yeah. All right, that exists.
That was the whole trailer.
Yeah.
Was that the big cat?
Castlevania Nocturne is what you're looking for.
I know how to type.
I don't know if you know the title.
I know the title. We just read it. This one is really,
There's
it's
Richter.
literally just pretty much the still shot
That's
of
because
Richter's
that's
back,
barely. That's because they barely. done
and they
any
sort of
animation
pan
work yet.
around his shirt.
This is done in the U.S., right?
Yes, it is not
Yeah.
technically an anime.
It's
So
not.
you
in
can
Japan.
watch it.
You can watch it and not feel bad.
I don't know. Does it have the sounds of an anime?
It does not. They don't have that absurd acting style where they go, what every time something happens.
Do their mouths move to the
Their
dialogue?
mouths are in sync with what they are saying.
I'll consider it.
All right. Netflix teases Squid Game Season 2 with Ji-hoon and the front man returning. Because
This
they're
is
the only
officially.
characters
This was
that
officially
survived.
announced.
Yeah. Those were the only 2 characters that lived.
They're back.
Yeah, they're back. Good.
No, the guy put out a letter. The guy who created the show, and he was like, "It took however many years to make, and in a week it became the most watched TV show ever made." Just so you know, in the past year, out of every Netflix show,
And watch this blender.
Wyatt's here, guys.
Wyatt, you better not be making
Wyatt has
blendy
barged
noises.
into our show to ask for his blender.
No making no blendy noises.
You better not make any blendy noise.
I'm gonna throw a blender. Don't care. I'm not throwing a blender. All right.
Anyway,
Am I right, guys, or am I right?
so yeah, the creator put out like a little note that was like, it took like 9 years to get this picked up by a network or something, and in a week it became the most watched Netflix thing of all time. And out of every show on Netflix viewed in the past year, on average, more people watched all of Squid Game Season 1 than there are Netflix subscribers.
Huh?
So by minutes watch, divided by the length of the actual season of the show,
So people watch this thing
and
like
then,
twice.
like divided by the number of the number of people, more people watched the show through than there are subscribers.
And
Meaning
that's
that,
not even counting the people
like
that
everyone on
pirated
Netflix watched it, and then like half of
And then
them
watch it again.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or people,
That's how popular this show
or
is.
like families who pay for one account with like multiple
Everyone in the
profiles.
family
Yeah.
watched it. Yeah.
The point is that like 200 million people watched this show.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely absurd.
Especially given the story of like it's like how he for 10 years he was going from network to network being please make the show, please make the
Everyone
show,
was like,
please make the
stupid
show.
moron.
Everyone was like, you idiot, no one wants to watch that show. Apparently literally everyone wanted to watch that show.
But good for him.
Squid
Good
Game,
for
what
that
is that?
guy.
All right,
Yeah.
back to our
Really.
Halo TV show.
I don't remember his name. What's his name?
I don't know the creator's name.
I watched the dub.
Patrick, why do you ruin things for yourself?
You suck.
Even people who like dubs knew that the dub for that one was bad.
Oh, it was horrid.
I don't
Why didn't
want
you
to
just watch
butcher
the
his
sub?
name.
Because I don't want to have to like pay attention.
And the budget of the show was only
Oh, no.
$21.4 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of millions
And
of
it
dollars.
generated like billions in revenue. for
Yeah.
them. So
That's insane.
get ready for Squid Game Season 2 to have a $75 million budget.
Yeah. Alrighty. Amazon renews The Boys for season 4.
Makes sense. This should
It
that
is
should
their
prob-
only show.
That should probably be the last season.
I
They need to wrap it
sincerely
up.
hope
What do
so.
you guys? They have the
This is their flat. Invincible can be their new
they,
flagship.
they have
Yeah.
the Top Gear remake basically.
Oh, you're right. Top Gear, Patrick. That's what.
What is
people-
Top Gear?
No,
What
they
is
have
that?
Is that like Top Gun, but it's the best
No.
driving school?
It's a car show with
It's a British car show.
what do they call the new
Okay.
one?
I forget. World Tour. Or something.
Yeah, World
Anyways,
Tour.
the
Yeah.
Last of
Anyway,
Us
the point is,
series-
the boys.
Was it World?
The boys season 4 needs to be the end.
Yeah.
It's getting absurd. They just need to
No.
give Homelanders.
Have you seen the new season?
No, I'm still behind.
Okay.
It's
But
a
the
Grand
point is
Tour.
that Homelander needs to get his comeuppance, and then they just need
Yeah, they need to
wrap
kill
it. They need to
Homelander
wrap
and be
it up.
done.
It gets absurd when like half the characters from the show hate everyone and want to kill everyone, and they just don't, so the show can keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't realize until like season 3? Is that the
Bro, there's 4 seasons of the Grand Tour.
Okay.
Thanks, Patrick.
That's more
Oh,
than
is
the
that what
boys.
it's called?
The
Grand Tour?
that
yeah.
one of the characters'
actually
names
pretty
is
good.
Mother's Milk?
Yeah,
I just didn't know that. That was
that's his
really
name.
Dumb.
I
Alright.
do wonder if
Say
they're
what's
going
his
to
name in the
do.
show?
I do wonder if they're going to do the comic ending for the show.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
It's Homelander.
Spoilers potentially for the show and also the comic. Butcher turns evil and kills everyone except for Huey, and everyone else but Huey dies.
On Earth?
What? No, not like everyone,
Like
but like
characters.
all the characters. Yeah,
Just the
Yeah.
boys.
and but they can't kill Homelander the same way they do in the comic,
Why?
because in the comic Black Noir is like a defective clone, and that's who kills him.
Oh.
But his origin is he's like a different.
Yeah,
character in
he's
the show.
different in the show. I mean, we still don't really know what his powers are.
I think they're just gonna kill Homelander by just having everyone beat him up.
Well, they can't now
Why?
because you would know if you watched the new season.
They'll just have everyone. They'll just,
Homelander knows that that's what they were planning on doing.
but that's what they'll do anyway.
Okay. Anyway,
yeah, but they just make Homelander like
No, they'll
infinitely stronger than
they'll
every single
just get all
person.
their superpower people to just like stand in a circle and kick him.
do like Ultron and just.
That's what they did with
Just everyone just
Stormfront.
shoot your lasers at him.
Yeah.
That's how they defeated Stormfront. They just all kicked her on the floor
Yeah.
for like an hour.
All right. The Last of Us HBO series has wrapped filming.
Yep, which officially confirms that Pedro Pascal is almost 100% not in the Mandalorian season
Yeah.
3. because he's been in Canada shooting this for like the past year and a half. I don't know if they shot season 2 at the same time. I don't think they did. I think they just shot season 1.
I don't. Well, it says series wrapped filming, not season.
Well, I wrote that.
Oh, okay, well, whatever.
It's probably season 1 because
Anyway.
they've already been picked up for season 2, obviously.
This next thing is the weirdest TV news that I think we've had in a while.
And yep,
Apple TV Plus and Major League Soccer, like the World League for soccer.
No, it's the U.S. League for soccer.
Is it just the U.S. League? Because they had the Premier
In
League
Canada.
logo on the thing.
Premier League is Peacock.
Anyway, they have a
MLS
10-year
is
broadcasting deal with Apple TV Plus exclusively, and there will be no region restrictions
For games.
for the games. Yeah.
Major League Soccer is not
Major
big.
League Soccer is American soccer.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, whatever. It's weird that Apple
Premier
TV
League
Plus
is-
owns the thing.
Well, nobody watches Major League Soccer, so it doesn't matter.
And no one in America.
I know they already have Friday Night Baseball, which apparently has been a huge bomb for them.
I wonder why.
Maybe it's because no one has Apple TV Plus, and no one ever will.
Apple TV Plus is the highest churn rate of every streaming service, which means people subscribe for Ted Lasso and then they
And then
dump
leave.
it.
Yeah.
And then the new season of Ted Lasso comes out and,
And they come back,
resubscribe
yeah.
and then they dump it. So
Netflix greenlights Squid Game: The Challenge, a reality series in which 456 contestants will compete in games by the series for a chance to win
And they
$4.56 million,
you know
which is
that
the
video?
largest prize
for a game
for
show.
any game show ever.
Because Netflix
So you know
has
that video that
billions
Mr.
of
Beast
dollars.
made? That's this.
They're doing
but-
that as a
yeah.
show.
But
Except
it's a
they
whole
really
show.
kill people.
Except
So
for-
now you actually die.
we're gonna do it in uncharted waters so we can get away with it.
They're just all on like a big boat
Yeah,
in the middle
so
of Uncharted.
I don't think any company has ever misunderstood its own property more than this.
They don't care. People are gonna watch this.
Yeah, it's sort of like, okay, this to me is sort of like the same as the Hunger Games
I
movies
just think
existing.
it's funny that this is definitely going to be made by a bunch of white people.
Yeah. It's going to be like, Sarah here is having trouble licking the cookie
And their
enough.
host is gonna be like a TikTok star.
Yeah. It's not going to be Mr. Beast.
No.
But yeah,
I kind of feel bad for him now.
that exists.
He spent all that money on that video. I know it's like his highest viewed video
people
ever.
care so much more about the Mr. Beast Squid Game than this.
Yeah.
I
I do
guarantee
think
you,
it's funny that they were like,
if I walked up to someone on the street and went like, "You know Mr.
wonder-
Beast Squid Game, right?" They'd be like, "Yeah, you know Squid Game, the challenge reality TV show." They'd be like, "No."
well, that's because this doesn't exist yet.
I
Max.
wonder if they couldn't just like pay him and to just use all the sets he built for the show.
Why not?
But like
That were, like,
elaborate
scale near
you probably
perfect
took 'em all down
recreations.
at this
Yeah.
point.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I hope they didn't demolish it. We could make a sequel.
That took a lot of space.
Anyway, on to movie news.
up. Patrick, wake up from your nap. It's movie time.
We got Black
Black
Adam.
Adam. Sam, do you love The Rock?
I sure do.
Do you
know who that
tolerate
is.
Do you
DC?
smell what the Rock is
Oh,
cooking?
I smell something.
It's this
Done
movie,
it
It
again.
smells like DC.
Smells like DC
which means it
nuts.
smells
Am I
like
right, guys?
crap. So this looks kind of dumb and
But
silly.
I think we sort of knew that
I
going
think
in.
everyone expected that. So Dwayne Johnson is playing himself as he does always.
He is so hyped for this movie.
That's
I
'cause
think
they
it's gonna be
gave him a
good.
lot of money.
That's because
I think
he
it'll
really
be
just
fun.
is
I
a
think it'll be
god in this
fine.
movie.
I think
the
it'll be a
first
fun movie.
Shazam was a fun film. You know, it's
wasn't
it's a
super
family
good.
I
movie.
think the problem with every Dwayne Johnson movie is that he's not an actor.
He's Dwayne
He's
Johnson.
yeah. You don't. He doesn't play characters.
You hire
He's
him
just
to
a-
play Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, you know he doesn't do anything else.
That looks exactly like the Wakanda
Yeah.
ship, and even the way they go out is the same.
Who cares?
So
that- okay, Dr.
part of this
Fate looks
trailer is
cool.
the Justice Society, which is composed of Doctor Strange,
I
but
don't like
instead of
Dr. Fate's helmet though, because he has no eyes.
or whatever.
Just like the real helmet.
So we have Doctor
No,
Fate.
in the real helmet, he has like
We have
slits.
Hawkman.
This,
We have Cyclone.
all these characters just
we
sound
have
silly.
Atom Smasher, who is wearing a Deadpool mask that's painted blue. And then Doctor Fate is just doing Doctor Strange things.
Bro, they got the plane from Top
and
Gun.
Black Adam's suit has no cape.
Well, sometimes it does.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. Oh, and this is Inner Gang, by the way.
It's
That he's
Inner
blowing
Gang.
up the motorcycles of. Apparently, it's Inner Gang.
See, now he's got a cape.
Yeah, but it's all.
But I think that's only from when he like leaves the temple.
Do you think they're like gonna at least attempt to?
Why
connect
is this
to Shazam?
not? This is color graded like Wonder Woman. This isn't color graded like Shazam.
Well, it's because they're trying to make
Because this isn't
not
related
Shazam.
to Shazam.
Not.
No.
No, well, I mean, it technically is, but
It
maybe
should
it
be,
isn't.
and for
I
all
don't
intents
know.
and purposes, it makes no sense for it not to be. But
You know why?
it's not.
Because
for some
Dwayne
reason.
Johnson is too big a star to be involved with Shazam,
Yeah.
and he demanded that he have his own film. So,
But they got-
but this is coming out like 2 months.
They got the
before
guy
Shazam
from
2.
Chuck.
Yeah.
What a big star!
Zachary
Remember
Levi.
Chuck? I do like Zachary
I like
Levi.
Chuck.
Yeah, so we got a new trailer for Bullet Train.
Why you skipped one,
God.
Sam?
Oh yeah, and Rob Zombie's making a thing.
So remember the Munsters?
No.
We don't have to
No.
talk about
Just
this.
move on.
He's
We don't have
making
time.
them.
It's
He's making a
11:19,
Munsters
Tucker.
movie.
It's 11:19. Just move
No one cares about the
on.
Munsters.
Wow.
Let's
Puss
talk
in
about
Boots: The
Bullet
Last
Train
Wish got a
2.
new trailer.
That's right, because it got delayed to Christmas, and now they got to put a trailer out ahead of Minions.
Bro,
2.
this isn't gonna do well at Christmas.
I don't know. There's not a whole lot of
There's no
Christmas
other
this year.
family movies.
Everything
problem
moved.
is that
What about the
no,
Minions?
No kid remembers.
It's competing
Puss in Boots,
with-
So
It's competing with Shazam 2 and Avatar 2.
Is
it'll
Shazam
be
2
fine.
different from Black Adam?
I
Avatar's
thought
gonna
Avatar was next year.
No, Avatar's this year. It's supposed to be Avatar, Star Wars, but there's no Star Wars next year, so they're panicking and they don't know what they're gonna do.
Okay, whatever.
Put a Marvel thing there.
Ghostbusters Day.
Hey guys, it's Ghostbusters news time.
gosh,
This
there's
is
so much
this has
Ghost-
gaming.
Why
TV
is
and
this so long?
movie news? But I just put it all here.
Why is this all longer than gaming?
So this, so there's a new animated series in the works at Netflix.
Yay!
With Jason Reitman and Gil Keenan set to produce
yeah.
or executive produce, aka they slapped their names on it and they're barely doing any work.
It's the Busters.
Can I do this one thing, Sam? Why don't you talk about stupid video games for an hour
They're
and a
paid.
half?
Hey, we got
Been all
Ghostbusters
over.
VR.
Ghostbusters VR will be coming to MetaQuest 2 and PlayStation VR.
Wait, is that PlayStation VR 2 or just PlayStation,
PlayStation
VR?
VR 2.
Okay, just clarifying.
Apparently they announced the MetaQuest one first, but it's a Sony franchise. So it was always gonna be on PlayStation VR 2.
Wait, is
Yeah.
MetaQuest is what they renamed the Oculus Rift?
Yes.
What on earth is an Oculus Rift? Do you mean a Meta Quest? The heck are you talking about, Patrick?
Oculus is such a better
What
name
is an
for
Oculus?
that.
What words are you saying right now? It's always been Meta.
And then they announced another new video game called Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, which is going to be on consoles. And it's going to allow players to be both a Ghostbuster and a ghost.
That's what I've always wanted.
Can I slime
I've always
people?
gone, oh man, I really wish I could play a Ghostbusters game as none of the Ghostbusters.
Well, you
dude,
can be the
I can-
Ghostbusters and the ghost.
Well, I'm like going in a
At the
circle.
same
Oh,
time,
and
you're
they
busting
already
yourself.
killed me because
You
I
can
am a
play the
ghost.
ghost of Harold Ramis.
Yay.
I'm kidding. No, you can't.
Just like Guiji. He just like comes out of their backpack and does things.
But he still doesn't talk like
Yeah.
in the movie. An in-canon comic series we're going to be released through Dark Horse Comics at the end of 2023.
Woo.
My assumption is that's going to fill the time gap between 2 and Afterlife.
Yeah.
And they'll use that to set up the next movie. And then they're doing a new animated Ghostbusters feature film,
Okay.
which is in the works with Jennifer Kluska,
This franchise makes money
who
still.
co-directed Hotel Transylvania 4, and Chris Prionsky,
Oh no.
who's done like weird web series and
Oh,
random
that's
stuff.
not filling me with confidence.
They're directing, and it's going to be written by Brenda Hughes, who's worked on a lot of stuff, but most notably How I Met Your Mother.
That series is
Writing.
not, or that movie's not filling me with confidence.
It's a weird mismatch of people.
Yeah. The next mainline.
I want to read this.
Okay, read it then.
The next mainline live action movie will pick up where the last one left off with the Spangler family, so they're keeping the same characters, and it's codenamed Firehouse. Apparently, they're still writing it. It's Gil Keenan and Jason Reitman again. So apparently, Jason Reitman, who basically made like indie films and like personal stuff for like his like first 20 years of his career, he's now locked in. This is his life now.
That's how it works.
He's going to make Ghostbusters until they give up and reboot it again. That's his life. Way to go, Jason Reitman. So for this next one, Ernie Hudson is definitely coming back. I would say that. And Bill Murray is not. 100% he's not.
We love Bill Murray.
But he will
But
never.
he hates doing
He
things.
hates Ghostbusters. And now half of the people he worked with the original one are dead. and so there's almost no reason for him to
He
come
hates
back.
it even more now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Bill, do you want to make like a
They
quick
barely
cameo?
got him to do
Shut
the
up.
last one.
Alrighty. Okay.
Here's the big news.
Now it's on
Now
to the
it's-
wacky,
now we're in-
wacky
now we're in
world.
Stupidville.
So okay, remember when I said 11 drank all the stupid juice? I was wrong. Apparently, there's a whole stupid island. And on Stupid Island, there's a stupid volcano. And that stupid volcano was filled with all the stupid juice. That volcano erupted, and the DC executives that were remaining got a giant cartoonish Bugs Bunny straw and sucked out all the stupid juice and decided to make The Joker 2 a musical.
So Todd Phillips.
That's not a joke.
Okay,
Do
wait.
you know what you get
Hang on.
when you mix Psycho into a horrible society?
Okay. So Todd Phillips, over the course of a week, like 2 weeks, Todd Phillips confirmed that Joker 2 was not only happening, but he
It's a
finished the
musical.
screenplay written by him and Scott Silver. And the film is titled Joker Flay Adieu, which is a reference to a mental disorder that's shared by like multiple people, by two people or more, which is a reference to not only the fact that it's the second movie, but also because it's going to be about him and Harley Quinn, because Lady Gaga is in negotiations to play
No, she's been cast.
Harley Quinn. They're both in They've been cast, but they're
Yeah.
figuring out how much to pay them to do it. That's what
Many
negotiations
millions
means.
of dollars.
And the movie will be
You
a
want to
musical.
know how I got these scars?
So they're doing Mad Love.
I was in musical theater.
They're doing Mad Love, but a musical now, which kind
think
of makes
this-
sense
This movie's
because he
gonna
was already
surprise us,
dancing
guys.
for half the movie.
The
Anyway.
worst part about this is that it makes sense, and that's what I hate the most.
We all knew this. We all knew this was happening.
This
No,
is
we didn't. No one knew that Joker 2
okay,
was
not
going
that
to
it
be
was
a
gonna
musical.
but we knew this movie was
Sam.
happening.
I think it's gonna be good.
I think it will be fine. I honestly don't think it'll be bad. I just think it'll be bizarre. Like, bizarre.
Which Martin Scorsese movie will he rip off this time?
Well, let's go through his filmography. What has he made that's a musical?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Keep talking while I look that up.
that's so weird.
I'm the Joker, baby.
So do you think Harley Quinn
Oh,
is going to be
yeah.
like in the hot like he you know how like in the last scene of the movie he like runs out of the hospital?
Isn't the last scene of the movie he's partying in the streets with all his friends
No.
or the members of his Joker
That's
gang?
not in the movie at all. What on earth are you talking
Like a
about?
dance party. No, isn't the end of the movie they break him out of the
Joker
of
party.
jail?
No,
He's-
the last shot of the movie.
Todd Phillips wrote in the
He's-
script.
he's-
Joker parties in the street with all his friends.
You know how throughout the movie it's cutting back to him being interviewed by that nurse in the asylum?
yeah.
So at the end of the movie,
Oh,
he busts out of that room covered in
Found
blood,
it.
presumably because he killed the nurse.
It's
And
New
he
York,
starts
New York.
running away, and then the other nurse chases him the opposite direction, and he runs
They're
the other way.
ripping off New York, New York
Bop, bop, ba, ba, da, ba, ba.
with Liza Minnelli and Robert De Niro.
Gotham
Robert De
City,
Niro's not going to be in this one though.
Gotham!
and
No,
I'm
but,
going on a killing
If
spree.
they're doing a second one, Harley Quinn makes sense. Like that's the what else do you do?
And
If it's gonna be a musical, you might as well get
I'm also
actual singer Lady
extremely
Gaga.
sad that she's perfectly cast. If this is a Joker musical, that is the
Yeah.
only person who
You
could
would
do
get.
that. This is the most perfect upsetting thing.
So apparently this is not the only other live action Harley Quinn we're working on.
Of course not.
We have Margot Robbie,
Of
Harley
course it's
Quinn,
not.
main timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn, Joker continuity. And then in the Batman Arkham Asylum spin-off show, apparently that's also going to have Harleen Quinzel in it.
Which will eventually become Harley
Which
Quinn.
means we're going to have 3 different live-action Harley Quinns at once. So despite the fact that Warner Brothers Discovery came in and was supposedly yelling at everyone for being stupid, they're just doing the same old crap.
Hey. It gives boring white girls on Halloween options.
That's true.
They'll have
Which
3
costume
to
do you
choose
wanna
from
be in?
now instead of just
Harley
the one.
Quinn or the Purge Mask. Harley Quinn or the Purge Mask. Sexy Doctor? Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, Harley. No, Sam, how excited are you for Joker 2?
I will watch it.
I hope they do,
Everyone will watch
I
it.
will be very confused watching.
I
hope they
can't
do,
wait.
Like a dancing down the street part, and then he's just like, "Oh, we live in a society." Oh,
No, but,
we're going insane."
It kind of makes sense.
It does kind of make sense.
Half the movie is him dancing anyway.
Well,
Not
okay.
really, he does one
Not
dance
really dancing. He
downstairs.
sort of like slowly waltzes in a bathroom once.
That's probably what this is gonna be.
Yeah, it's that
But
and
for a
now
whole
Harley
movie.
Quinn singing. But
I mean, he's
Does-
probably gonna
does
be like
Joaquin
full-on
Phoenix
Joker in
sing?
this movie. So.
But like, okay, so the first Joker was the highest-grossing R-rated movie of our time, and
And it was the most profitable movie ever made.
Yeah, it made like $900 million.
Yeah.
So it's hugely popular.
Joaquin Phoenix is a weird dude.
Joaquin Phoenix
is a
won an
weird dude.
Oscar for it.
He's like Diet Jared Leto.
The
No, he's
Academy
not.
is now regretting that because now they have
Patrick, get your foot off my
set
wallet.
up the precedent for this being a.
I was gonna steal your money.
I see that.
You have socks on.
You can't steal money with socks on now.
You can't steal money.
All
with
right,
socks.
yeah, this
I
is
hope
weird.
this is the I hope this doesn't get made, but it will be made. So
yeah,
I hope,
this is one of those
I
things.
hope they don't make a third one.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
What would
now.
the third one be? Like a
Who knows? What Joker?
book?
What they made? They're not making 2 Joker movies with no Batman in them, so they've already crossed that
I
bridge.
can't wait for
Yeah.
them to like cut to a scene of the police and they're like trying to catch the Joker and they're like, "Oh no, what are we
Joker
gonna
3.
do? We gotta catch
Joker
the
3
Joker."
is
This
just
is
a Batman
basically just
movie?
cop rock. I will applaud in the theater.
He's
All right,
killed
Marvel
50 people
is
this day.
moving forward with a Thunderbolts movie with Jake, last name, set to direct, and Black Widow
Schreier?
writer Eric
You can't
Pearson.
say Schreier.
It's obviously
Schreier.
Schreier. I did forget an E in there.
Well, see, that made it more difficult. Black
Oh,
Widow
cool.
writer Eric Pearson set to write the
Black Widow was
script.
so good.
So
The roster of
That's
characters for the
fine.
movie is still being decided, but Marvel is talking with the actors to know when the schedules are clear because they're planning on shooting in summer 2023. Apparently, the potential roster they're looking at is Baron Zemo, Yelena Belova, Black Widow, Ghost, Taskmaster, Abomination, U.S. Agent, and Winter
all of
Soldier.
the villains that weren't killed. in
all of
movies
the
they were
characters
in.
they've intentionally not been killing for the last couple things so that they can make this
Yeah,
movie.
honestly, I think this will be good. I
It's
don't think
gonna
that,
be Suicide Squad,
that's
but
fine.
worse.
I don't think the biggest problem with Black Widow was its writing. I think its biggest problem was that it
I don't
existed.
know. Its screenplay was really stupid.
Yeah, but that's because
Their main problem
they
was
had
it released at
absolutely
the wrong
no
time.
way to tell a compelling story because the character we already had her whole arc complete.
Remember when
So
they
she
go to
was
the big floating sky base?
Yeah, that's dumb. But that's not it's not their fault. They literally couldn't have done like
Harvey
anything else.
Weinstein as the
Yeah,
villain.
Harvey Weinstein was the
His
villain.
motivation was that he hated women,
So
so
he-
he used them as super spies for decades.
That makes sense to me.
sexist, and I made a big helicopter.
So so just so you know, Jake Schreier has directed Paper Towns,
Okay.
Robot and Frank, which is a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't heard of that
He
one.
did an episode of The Premise, which is BJ Novak's Hulu show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He directed
God.
Kanye West music videos.
That's good.
Ooh, Kanye West
and he
music
directed
video.
Justin Bieber music videos, and other things.
Sounds like an industry veteran
Yeah.
of a different
Now-
But
industry.
Sam, what do you think of this? What do you think of this roster here?
I really hope.
No,
they put-
I think that these characters actually have potential to
Do
have
you
some
think it's
interesting
convenient
chemistry.
that half of these characters are from Captain America, from Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Here's the problem.
Almost as if that show's main purpose was to set up
Set
this
up-
movie.
Yeah, because it
Here's-
obviously was.
Here's the major problem with this: is that Morbius isn't in it. Okay, because if Morbius.
So Ryan Johnson's
So for real, the main problem with this is that this premise
title?
has already been done by a different Marvel filmmaker and much better.
But okay,
So-
here's where I think they differ in terms of the characters, like motivations.
Is that
at
these
least.
ones are more serious
No,
and none
well-
of them will die?
There's that, and these characters aren't like evil. Like none of them
are really evil.
are
yeah.
bad guys. Like
Because
they're
in the
just
comics, when they form, they're a straight up villain team.
yeah. Like these characters are all for most intents and purposes, they're good guys. who
Baron
have done-
Zemo is basically a good guy now.
They're good guys who have done bad things.
Black Widow is basically a good guy. Ghost regretted
I'm a
all
good
of
I
guy.
Ghost
guess.
barely did anything bad and regretted all of her actions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these characters, half of them don't even classify as
Taskmaster,
anti-heroes.
she was a robot basically and mind controlled. Abomination's been sitting in a cage since 2008. U.S. Agent's a good guy now. Winter Soldier's a good guy now. We don't know. Presumably, Elaine from Seinfeld will be their leader.
Yeah.
So we don't know what her
this is going to be
motivations
like
are, but
the less powerful version of the Avengers.
this will be the Suicide
Revengers.
Squad, but more boring.
It'll be the Suicide Squad, but the characters aren't evil.
I watched the Suicide Squad again like a few weeks ago, and that's such a good movie.
It is a good movie. The Suicide Squad,
The
not
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Not a Suicide Squad.
Which is why when I saw this, I was like, wow, I can't
guys,
wait for
hear
boring.
me out. New
this.
pitch.
Yeah.
What if they make Suicide Squad, but it's a musical?
Okay, Max. Ryan
James
Johnson's
Gunn.
next Berno blank mystery.
Benoit.
What? There's not even an R in
Yeah,
there.
that says Berno. Yeah, see,
Benoit
Berno.
No, see, this says
So,
Benoit.
Ryan Johnson's
Benoit.
Ryan Johnson's next Benoit Blanc mystery, which is the detective from Knives Out, is
Yeah.
officially titled Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. It's going to release this holiday season on Netflix.
Cool.
What do you think of that title, Sam?
Why is it a direct to Netflix
I
movie?
don't think that
'Cause
it
they-
should say a Knives Out mystery.
Yeah,
Well,
I hate that they're
okay.
But
gonna
I
do
know
for
that it
everything.
has
you know
to,
why?
or no one would know what it is.
Because they can't call it just Glass Onion.
Yeah, I know. But I
Well, they
wish
called
that,
the first one Knives Out.
Yeah, but that wasn't a
but it was
pre-established
establishing
plan.
a new brand.
I think they should have called it Glass Onion: A Benoit Blanc Mystery, but that
But then they'd
name's
have to
hard for people
retitle
pronounce,
Knives Out.
and that's
yeah,
not what the
but
first
then
one
they
was
would have
called.
Yeah.
to tell people who would
Tucker,
Benoit
how many times do I
Blanc.
have to tell you? It's Benoit Blanc.
But they gave Ryan Johnson $500 million to do 2 of these.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and he's like, okay, I'll stop
So,
making my Star
he's like,
Wars movies.
sure, I'll do that. I do hope this somehow makes it to theaters, though.
Yeah,
I'd much rather.
I
if
was
he's
a big
theater.
fan of the first one. I thought it was really
This
good.
is probably the movie I'm still excited for. That's coming
Besides
out
all
this
the
year.
close-up shots.
That is least likely to just
Just
ruin
be
my
suck.
day when I
Yeah.
see it.
Paddington 3 will be titled
Oh.
Paddington in Peru
I have another thing,
and
Sam.
begins filming in 2023.
Hold on, Sam. Tucker has another thing.
My expectation for Glass Onion, though, you know how the murder mysteries?
Uh-huh.
Benoit Blanc dies, and the mystery is who killed him.
That would
Subverting-
kind of
That
make
would
the
end
third
the
one really
series
hard to make.
immediately.
Subverting expectations.
Didn't he get paid to make more
Yes,
than one
but
of these?
there's a third one, Tucker.
Bring
Tucker,
back Ana
that's
de
like-
Armas. She's the detective.
That's like going, okay,
But
guys.
she's like not the smartest character.
They're gonna do that for one of these
If they do that, it'll be in the third one.
because subverting expectations.
Yes, I know, but if they do that, it'll be in the third one.
Okay.
Guys, what if we like kill the main character in
you
like 2
can't.
minutes?
You can't.
That's what Ryan Johnson's
It's
thing
not
is.
subverting expectations.
No, 'cause
it's
you're-
shooting your hopes and
Patrick,
dreams
no.
in the foot.
Patrick, because your expectation is that it's a murder mystery that Benoit Blanc has to solve. But what if he's dead? I'm telling you, that's
Alright,
one
guys.
of these.
New
It
Sherlock
may not be
Holmes.
this one, but it's one of them.
I really don't think that the sequels are going to be nearly as good as the first one.
I think they'll be fine.
I hope they are. They easily
cast
could
is-
be.
the
They
cast is just
definitely
as
could
good.
be. Paddington. Yeah, I already read that. Paddington 3. It's
They're
freaking
doing it
Paddington.
again.
Figure it out.
Bear does funny.
What if in the next one?
That's the
new
subtitle.
subtitle. Screw Paddington in Peru.
Paddington
3.
Bear does funny.
And this time, instead of his like raincoat, he's just dressed like a clown.
Should be the subtitle for every movie with a bear in it.
This is subtitle
Bear-
for Cocaine
And
Bear.
Cocaine Bear. Bear does funny.
While tripping on cocaine.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
That's the next Benoit Blanc mystery.
No.
Bear does
Bear
funny.
does funny.
Tucker, cocaine bear is bear trips balls.
I don't think what I say. I say.
I can't wait for that Cocaine Bear poster to be like hanging in like the movie theater hallway next
Yeah.
to like the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 poster.
Just us cocaine
And then
bear.
there's just the kids are like, what is a cocaine bear?
Oh, Papa Wolf.
Alrighty,
What's Cocaine
Jorma
Bear?
Tacone will voice in the Vulture Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Jason Schwartzman
Oh,
will voice the Spot, who has been confirmed to be the
um,
main villain of the new.
Or a villain.
Spider-Verse
or main
movie.
villain.
is the Vulture the guy from Morbius?
Yes, actually.
Max, continue this bit. It's very good.
It's Morbin time. Am I right?
So for the
Can
Spot,
you move the McDonald's bag so I can see the TV?
You don't need to see.
Please.
so the Spot, his body is covered in interdimensional portals that can send him anywhere he wants to go. So presumably that's why they're going across the Spider-Verse is to chase him down.
So he has the same
He
powers
also
as-
can make portals appear out of thin air to transport objects and people at will, so he can fling people around.
What's the girl from Doctor Strange?
America Chavez?
Yeah, so he's just her.
That, but he's like a
Well,
big
yeah, but he
spot.
can make
but
a portal
mean.
in his like right here.
He was one of those characters created in like the 60s where like their thing was just they could like pull things
Oh,
off
you know
their
what his
body
original
into
powers
everything.
were, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that he could make portals.
What
He
was
could
it?
just make a door anywhere that goes to like the other side of the wall. That was it.
You can't catch me now, Spider-Man.
I'm on that
You know
side of
why?
the wall.
Oh no, he
Comic
opened the
book
door.
villains are all created for one issue.
Yeah.
They are all created because they needed a villain that month.
And obviously he was like a petty thief because
And
he would
then
like open a hole in
The
a wall
ones that
and
they
walk
would just
out.
bring back because they're reusable are the ones that become popular.
Yeah.
Because if you go back, all of these villains are equally stupid.
Yeah.
Just more. Some of them have been in more things.
Spider-Man, how did you catch me? You made a door.
Like
I
they,
can
right
see
there.
you.
like the vulture is literally
left it
an
open.
old man in a bird costume who can fly.
Well, he's been revamped, but yeah. All right. Taika
He's Michael
Waititi.
Keaton now.
Yeah.
So now he's cool.
Taika
He's in
Waititi gives an
Morbius.
update on his Star Wars film. I'm still writing. I'm coming up with ideas and storylines, and it's just wanted to make sure.
and I just wanted.
And I just wanted to make sure it feels like a Star Wars film. Thank you for that. He says he wants to focus on expanding the story so that it grows beyond the Skywalker saga, saying, I don't think that I'm any use in the Star Wars universe making a film where everyone's like, that's Chewbacca's grandmother. I want to make something new, create some new characters, and just expand the world.
So something that this franchise desperately needs.
So he doesn't want Glup Crapo in his movie.
which means he'll get fired and replaced.
No. It means that
Come
he'll
on.
make a
if
bunch of
Kathleen fires him, I'm gonna throw a riot.
No, it means he'll make a bunch of original characters, and then they'll all become
Yeah.
Glup Crapos in other movies.
No,
In his Star
like I've
Wars
said-
universe.
like I've said
Johnson, the
before,
Ewok.
Kevin Feige is the only one safe from Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Bro, he needs to make it just like Jojo Rabbit, but Star Wars.
He's the only one who
What does that
can't.
even
What?
mean,
So
Patrick?
what does that mean?
Those words don't have
I mean, the
any meaning
Empire.
when put in that order.
The Empire.
Did you see the Jojo Rabbit movie?
No,
I mean,
but I know that it wouldn't make any sense as a Star Wars
Sam,
movie.
Why not?
the Empire is
Hitler.
The Empire is just space Nazis.
Yeah.
So what are they supposed to have like a stormtrooper
It's about a little
Boy
boy
Scout
who's
camp?
propagandized by the
That would
Empire.
actually be a good
That
story.
movie-
And
It's
you have
called-
Taika Waititi play a cartoonishly version of the Emperor.
Yeah, except the stormtroopers are just taken, and then they just.
Well, that's only in the new First Order. In the original, they're just
No, in the
guys.
Empire they're conscripts.
Yeah,
Wait,
these
who
guys.
does the Empire hate? Like, you know how the Nazis
Anyone
were like,
who's
choose
not a
the
human.
rebels.
No,
No,
they're human
What,
supremacists. That's
what
their
about
thing.
like
Yeah.
That's why all the
like-
stormtroopers are
like
humans.
Wookiees?
That and because they don't fit.
Yeah, that's why they enslaved the Wookiees.
Yeah.
They're human
They-
supremacists. I just explained this.
Yeah.
Because Emperor Palpatine's a big racist.
Droids.
And so is
Man,
Count
they
Dooku.
suck at doing their job.
Now, Dooku's a big racist, but he's a Jedi. Sam.
Well, he
so
was a Jedi.
He can't be.
And then he got more racist.
Remember in episode 2 where they're like Jedi Council? Dooku started an evil regime, and the Jedi Council goes, "But he was a Jedi. He would never do that."
He can't do that. Anyway,
and then the
what
audience,
color should we get the curtains?
and everyone's like, "But he left the Jedi Order," and they're like,
Master
No, he
Yoda,
didn't.
everyone's dying. I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Good chewing
"Go to the library, I will."
Teach the younglings how to read, I must.
But sir, they've all been killed just now. I will sit in chair.
In other news, I think we should have Yoda be our English teacher. I don't think that's a good idea, Windu.
All the younglings are talking in backwards grammar.
Perhaps
the best English teacher. I
Taika Waititi's gonna make Yaddle the film.
No, because that would be Glup Crap.
No, I think he's basically just gonna do
Yaddle's
something
son.
completely.
Yeah, it's about
unrelated.
Yaddle's son.
But he's like 20 years old, so he's really just
As
like a little.
with
baby.
most things, this is either going to be set in the High Republic,
God,
or it
no,
will be set
please.
in between episodes 6 and 7.
Yeah.
No,
Those are your options.
I'd rather it be between 6 and 7.
I'd rather it be Old Republic, but Disney
I'd
doesn't
rather
have
it
the
just
balls.
be like
What if he?
so-
What if he does
I'd rather
do
it be
Old
so
Republic?
far in the future or so far in the past that it's like almost completely.
Yeah, like use on Vong kind of stuff.
like just do something completely separate.
I don't want him to do. I'd rather them explore the past and the future. I'd rather him do like.
Well, that was the point of the Old Republic originally, was to tell stories that are so far in the past that they basically don't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, they do matter, but like you
Do
wouldn't
something
know.
else.
Yeah.
Just do something else.
I kind of
Alright,
want to see a
guys.
Plagueis movie.
I don't want.
No. I don't
New
want that.
show.
I don't want Vader. I don't want the Empire to be there. I don't want the freaking.
Yeah, I want to
separatists
just
or
not care about
droids.
those guys.
Yeah.
I want to do new guys.
Because we're in this like 80-year time period.
Yeah,
that-
and there's like the
No, the whole
Star Wars history
takes place
is
all in like 40
roughly
years.
20,000 years or so, like from like the old Republic
Yeah.
to where we left off
And 75%
in the,
of the important
original
events
expanded universe.
And 75% of the important events happen
Within like 30 years.
do you
yeah.
think he's taking into account any of like the old legend stuff?
Almost certainly not.
Yeah, given what he said that I don't want to
Well,
use anyone
that-
from anything.
well, that is-
well,
probably
no,
not.
he said he doesn't want to use anything from the Skywalker saga.
I think
his
that
goal
means
is
he
to
wants
be
to make his
separate.
own thing.
I also think he wants to be like weird and cosmic
Yeah.
and wacky. And if you go somewhere completely separate, that's more like
Yeah, but he's
tolerable
still
than
got to
if you
make
do
a
it-
Star Wars thing. He can't just make some random thing
I'd rather him
vaguely
make
in the
it
Star Wars
you
universe.
can make something with Star Wars
like physics.
in the Star Wars world that like the Mandalorian is a perfect example.
I know, but
it is completely the first season was completely disconnected from pretty much everything Skywalker
but
saga
it's
related.
Still, it's got to have Jedi, and it's got to have
The
But
first
it
season of The
doesn't have
Mandalorian
to
had
have-
no Jedi.
Okay.
He's gonna make the Broom
Pretty
Kid
much
movie.
for it to be a Star Wars thing, one of the forms of government has to exist, whatever the current form
Yeah.
of that is. You have to have hyperspace. You have to have spaceships. You have to have laser guns.
And
you
space
have
wizards.
to have references to the Force, and you have to have
Yeah, but
one alien character and
it's
a robot
gotta be a
character.
Star Wars thing though. It can't just be a space thing
Why can't it just be a space thing?
because it's gotta be a Star Wars.
So as long as there's a star fight, then it's a Star
Oh
War.
no, it's Bleeble Blompus, the Jedi Ewok.
This isn't Star Wars unless
there's-
Glub Krapo's here. That's what you're saying right now.
true.
That's what you're saying.
Oh, that's Max Rebo's brother, and he's
Or
Force
Max Rebo's brother, Pax Flebo.
Why do they have different last names? We don't know.
In their culture, they don't have the same last name. Like, anyway.
His brother was
He's
born
a
in
normal
Japan.
person. We don't know why Max
He's
Rebo's
just a human man painted green.
I want to see like the Sith, the
Actually,
Sith
it's like
before there were
the-
two.
So you just want the old Republic.
Yes.
Patrick, just go play the old Republic games.
I want to see it in a movie though.
So just watch all their cinematic cutscenes. They made like a 40-minute long movie.
Also, the Sith were really boring. They were basically just infighting the entire time until.
Yeah, that's kind of what the point of the rule
We
of
should
two
do it
was
instead of
for.
infighting. It should be inbreeding.
Okay, thanks, Patrick.
No.
A Duke Nukem movie is in the works with Cobra Kai
You
creators.
skipped one.
That doesn't matter. Who cares?
An extended cut
We
of
literally said that
Spider-Man
last
No Way
time.
Home.
We said that last time.
No, we talked about
Titled
this in the car.
Spider-Man No Way Home, the more fun stuff version.
It's gonna have
Will
5
release
extra
in
minutes of
theaters on
content.
September 2nd.
Great.
Their goal is to get. They're $100 million behind $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to get to $2 billion.
Awesome.
And I think this is a big prank.
It's an ego thing.
After Morbius, remember when they re-released Morbius?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a prank. I think this is. I think
You
this
think
is,
Sony's
no?
pulling
I
an
think they're
elaborate
pranking us,
prank?
Sam. I think they're a
Sony's
step
Trying to
ahead.
prank us back.
Yeah. Like
what if
instead of
Morbius-
Spider-Man, it's just gonna be Morbius.
Guys, what
This
if
is gonna
Morbius
make-
shows up in Spider-Man?
You know what I think? I think they're trying to make up for the loss of Morbius.
No, okay, just
Probably.
no, most likely. But here's what happened was there
Or
was
do you
a,
mean more
they
likely?
so they put out the Blu-ray and apparently like there was no deleted like they had said there was going to be like a bunch of deleted scenes and there was just none on there. They just weren't there.
Yeah.
And apparently they were saving them for this for they're going to put it back in
Alright.
theaters and then they'll release another physical version of this.
I really hope this doesn't become a trend in movies. You know how games
Release
used
the-
to be the whole game and you got the whole game when you
Yeah.
bought it? I hope we don't start getting, oh, well, here's the movie, but
We
in
added
6 months
stuff
we're going to
back in.
release the actual movie with the ending is in the movie now.
I don't.
This is Jurassic World Dominion, but the extended.
Expanded
You're
and
giving me
enhanced version.
PTSD.
I hope
This
I
is
have
I'm
a
the
lot
Joker
to say
dinosaur.
about that
Remember when they
movie.
re-released Endgame and it was just Endgame and they added like an unfinished Hulk scene to the end?
But that's Endgame.
I hope
so-
that with this they at least like edit the
Yeah,
scenes
finish
back
them,
into the
yeah.
movie.
Duke Nukem movie in the works with
No, they're
Cobra
just
Kai
adding them all to
creators
the end.
Josh
did for Endgame.
Harold, John Hewitts, and Hayden.
John Hurwitz, Sam.
I can't read from this like angle where I'm looking at it
I
like
can
this.
read from this angle.
You're looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like this. Anyway, and Hayden Schlossenberg set to produce.
More like
So,
Schlong,
Duke
right, guys?
Nukem, baby.
I think if they're gonna make a Duke Nukem thing, which I don't think they should because who cares.
Also,
But if they are gonna make a Duke Nukem thing, I do think the Cobra Kai people actually are the ones to handle it.
The Harold and Kumar guys working on this.
Thanks, Patrick.
What?
I mean,
Patrick, you're the
That
most out of
tracks.
pocket
Like,
person
okay,
on the entire planet.
Now, I wish the guy who played Kreese wasn't as old as he is, because I think he actually could have been a good Duke Nukem like 20 years ago.
Jason Momoa would be a good Duke Nukem.
No. You know what Duke Nukem looks
Oh,
like?
yeah, it doesn't have to, but like personality-wise, I think that'd be a good match. It'll
No,
probably
'cause-
be John Cena.
John Cena.
You know why? Because he's already playing that character in
Vin
Peacemaker.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel.
No, I don't know who I would cast as
John Cena.
John Cena would work,
But he is this
he
character
wouldn't
already.
be perfect. He would work, but he wouldn't be perfect.
This is who cares? It's freaking Duke Nukem.
Anyway,
There hasn't been a Duke Nukem
Next
game in
thing.
like 12
Yeah, that's true.
years.
no.
Duke Nukem Forever was the last one, and everyone hated it.
Yeah, it's forever. You don't need to make another one.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
2011.
Chris Miller is set to direct an animated Smurfs movie musical. This is set to release in 2024 December.
Smurfs is back, baby.
Okay.
They rebooted it 2 times, but we're gonna do it again.
Ooh, Justin Lin is set to direct a live-action film adaptation of One Punch Man.
Wow.
I want to watch that. That sounds fun.
But look who the writers are, Sam.
Yeah, that concerns me immensely.
Who's
but,
writing it? Who's writing it, Sam?
Scott Rosenberg and Jeff Pinker.
As long as it doesn't come out on Netflix, I have hope.
Who did what, Sam? What things did they
Venom and Jumanji: The Next Level. So this movie will be bad, but I wish it wasn't bad.
do? From the director of Fast and
It'd be
Furious
so
9
easy.
and the writers of Venom.
Okay, actually, Fast and Furious 9 is pretty close in tone to One Punch Man.
But
Where,
did you
like,
see the
the
same
world-
movie I
the
saw?
world
Watch the
is-
same movie.
You haven't seen One Punch Man?
Then I'm never watching One Punch Man.
No, One Punch Man is good because it knows that a world with Superman in it wouldn't make sense because he would solve all their problems. So what does One Punch Man do? He's so bored of solving all their problems that he's depressed now.
I'm sure they'll weaken him up for the movie.
That wouldn't make any sense.
I gotta
What?
weaken him up so there's a movie that can happen.
Tucker, the whole show exists.
think you
the whole manga,
understand.
the 100+ chapter manga exists
Tucker,
without
it's-
weakening him up.
Fight, but they gotta dumb this down.
Tucker,
Tucker.
the way that the world works is in order to add tension, you focus on characters that aren't One Punch Man.
But the movie has to be about One
The
Punch Man.
entire
It will be,
comedic
but-
point of the show is that he's strong.
But this isn't gonna be. This is gonna be taking itself seriously.
The show does take itself seriously sometimes when it's not focusing on One Punch Man. The formula of the show is more or less one of the side characters is introduced to this monster. That monster beats the ever-living crap out of them. Another stronger hero comes up. He's like, well, I'm bigger and stronger. I'll take care of it. That guy gets the living crap beat out of him. This happens to 3 or 4 more guys.
And then Moomin Rider
eventually,
shows
One
up.
Punch Man just sort of walks by like to get groceries. This thing slightly annoys him. He sneezes at it. It dies. And he goes about the rest of his day.
But Sam, keep in mind, writers of Venom. So all of that originality and thought and creativity and visual style, that's all out of the door.
So-
all they care about is superhero thing.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's what
probably
Sony's going to focus on here.
Do you not think they learned a little bit from?
No, it's Sony. They don't learn.
That's their trademark.
They
It's
just-
Sony. We don't learn.
They just do the same stupid
In
thing.
Alright,
fact,
guys.
we get dumber.
They do stupid things over and over again until one of them lucks into so much money
Sony,
it funds
stupid
all
on
of their dumb,
repeat.
stupid ideas for 5 years.
All right, goes. So we're making the new Two Punch Man. He's the one with
Two
like
Punch
the.
Man.
He's the one with like the hair, right? Yeah. And then so he like fights all these like monsters. I think. I don't know. He's like really weak. I
But
think.
Justin Lin is directing, so well, maybe it won't be
Studio
horrible.
That brought you now. Justin Lin has done like comedic stuff. He did Community. He did a lot of episodes.
Yeah,
of
no,
Community.
I think that Justin Lin is a good choice to direct a One Punch
My
Man
problem
movie.
here is Scott Rosenberg and
Yeah,
Jeff Pinker.
that makes me concerned. But I know that this has potential.
Is this a Sony thing? Let me check.
They just have a way of
I just
writing
hope it's not a
dialogue
Netflix.
that's so engaging.
What studio does One Punch Man? Because I know it changed.
Sony Pictures.
Just making
It's
movies.
Sony.
Uh-oh.
I thought it was a
All
show.
right. Well,
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
hopefully it's
Oh,
not.
oh no. Avi Aron's producing.
What does he do?
The man who ruined Marvel.
What did he
What does he
produce?
do?
He was the guy who told Sam Raimi to put Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, that's
and
the
he's
guy.
responsible for the Venom movies and Morbius. Morbius was his idea.
So wait a minute. You're telling me we could hypothetically get a One Punch Man versus Morbius movie?
Technically, yes. No, he is the man who's
It would be the greatest
he basically
superhero
ruined
movie.
So they put together an all-star production.
he's the man who
crew.
is he's basically known as the guy who ruined Marvel.
Yeah.
He worked for a toy
Man.
company that bought Marvel in the 90s, and he basically turned the entire company into toy production machine.
Well, they got the all-stars for this, so it's
yeah,
gonna be
we
good.
got Venom writers. We got Avi Aron. We
Okay.
got Sony.
Can you please stop doing this? It's really annoying. Okay, what I think they need to stop doing is adapting already made anime into live action, and they just need to take a manga that hasn't been made into like an anime yet, so that there's nothing to compare it to.
Oh, did you see
and
there's
make-
a live action of Rent a Girlfriend coming out?
No, I didn't.
That's the thing.
But they should like do something that isn't already made, so that everyone's not insanely disappointed.
Sam,
Mm-hmm.
not only are they making this, but Sony's hoping it's the start of a new cinematic franchise.
You could make a cinematic universe around One Punch Man. They won't because this movie will flop.
It's two-hit
but
guy.
you could. Like, this is one
This
of
is
the most popular
very-
anime of the last decade.
Sam, you know there's like 10 people in a boardroom who are like insanely excited about the future of this franchise, though.
And none of them have ever seen the anime or read
Yeah.
the manga.
All right, so this is a
One
two-hit
person
guy, right?
told him it was going to be great. though.
For this article, there's a picture of Justin Lin and then the cover of the first manga, and that is the only picture of this they've ever seen in their lives. They know the concept.
Yeah. Okay. First look at Ryan,
So that's going to be a major train wreck.
First look at Ryan Gosling as Ken, and then Barbie
Okay,
movie.
look this up because you just have to see this.
Apple News
Oh, what?
website. I definitely.
We're going to be the only
Ooh,
person
Steven-
you
Oh,
know.
that's-
gosh, no. Oh no.
This is Barbie's boyfriend.
Shoot it.
Ba-na-na-na-ba-na-ba-ba-ba.
Why does his underwear have his name on it?
Bum, bum, bum.
Sam, you
Is
excited?
there more
I
to
hope they
this?
make all the actors.
This is from the script that supposedly is the best script Hollywood's ever seen.
I hope they make all the actors like move like this and like bend their arms like this.
This is
That'd be
He's
really
playing one version of Ken. This movie's gonna have multiple versions of Barbie and multiple versions of
there
Ken.
we go.
Okay, why are you zooming in on his?
That's clearly what they wanted us.
Sam's
to focus
horny.
On. Oh, what you want me to zoom in on this? This is clearly not the focus of the shot.
Gosh.
He's not. His eyes are looking in two different
This
directions.
is obviously good. This movie is going to be like a commentary on
On
this whole
capitalism,
idea.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it wouldn't get made.
Fun.
Moving on, Sam. Something you might actually be excited about.
What's that?
There are 3 different animated Avatar: The Last Airbender movies in the works at Paramount.
Yay!
Oh, it's not.
Do you think they'll be good?
No.
I think they might be good.
They did form that Avatar Studios thing.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan isn't involved in.
He's
making
not in. Why would he be
it. I
involved?
don't know. Sam. Why was he involved in the live action one?
Because
Because
his kids
people
were
are-
a fan.
Yeah, because people are really stupid.
And he was a director that people knew the name of, so they hired him.
Exactly.
Alrighty, a new Looney Tunes movie titled Bye Bye Bunny, a Looney Tunes musical. Why are there so many musicals? Why is everything being a musical? Why is Smurfs a musical? Why is Joker a musical? Why is Looney Tunes a
Okay, let's
musical?
just keep going because it's currently like 12.
Yeah, Neil
Blomkamp.
Blomkamp. That's a
Sam,
Rick and
you
Morty
just have
name.
trouble with
Cannot
names.
read.
That's a Rick and
Gran
Morty. No, I
Turismo
read
movie?
it, but I was just like, that is just the weirdest
How do you
name.
make a Gran Turismo movie?
That's just a racing.
How do you make
movie.
any racing movie, Patrick?
You go to
But why is it Gran Turismo? Just make a racing
Because
movie.
Sony owns the game. and also a movie studio.
I want it to be an hour and a half of just a guy playing the game, just going.
Yep. All right. Ezra Miller, the DC.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
goodness.
So, this boy, this okay, no, not boy.
Them.
This person.
Oh no.
Oh man, Ezra Miller, the DCEU's current Flash, has essentially legally kidnapped an 18-year-old girl whose parents had placed a protective order against them. The police have so far been unable to find both Ezra Miller and the girl, leaving them unable to enforce the order. Ezra has also reportedly has full control over her phone and social media, further making them hard to locate.
Did you see he was also taunting the police on Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This.
I have a theory. I have a theory. I think
he might murder this girl.
I think he's
and
doing this.
find
gosh.
her.
I think he's doing this intentionally.
This is after the
He's
whole.
obviously doing this
No,
intentionally.
I think
Sam, this
I
is
think,
after the whole
I
granny
think he's
incident
playing
too.
4D chess. All right.
You think he's trying to
I think-
market his movie
I
by
think-
kidnapping
no,
someone?
I think he's trying to do the opposite.
Can
So
they
the
even
Flash
still
movie-
like conscionably release this movie?
No. So the Flash movie was never supposed to come out, right? Like decades in development hell. This movie was never being made.
It's so bad.
and they finally made it.
He found
but
a way
he
to stop
knows
the movie
he
from coming
cannot
out.
let them release it. It has to
Wait a
stay
minute,
there.
okay.
Or reality will collapse.
Okay, what if Ezra Miller is actually the Flash in real life? And he's flash pointing his own movie to keep it from
This
existing.
movie
Honestly.
is so bad that it will change reality.
Okay, but like for
and he has
real
to
though,
stop
like
it.
this is actually like
He's having a
horrifying.
horrible
Like
mental
what on
breakdown.
earth is
I like
going
how he's
on?
just been on like another
Like
planet.
why is he actually kidnapping people?
Obviously, he's having a-
kidnapped someone.
Obvi-
Wait, what was
Obviously-
the thing he did before that we talked
Beat up
about?
multiple elderly
Beat up a
women.
bunch of people in a bar.
like
And
tackled
he
an
was
old lady.
apparently like really terrible to work with, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really the least of the concerns.
So okay, obviously he's having a horrible mental crisis, but
Which is manifested in him kidnapping an 18-year-old.
just heads up, that's not an excuse to
And he's
do
groomed
this
her.
stuff.
He's groomed her
Yeah,
as well.
he groomed and kidnapped an 18-year-old, and
That's okay. No, it's not.
now,
That's
if you
a
read the
lie.
news article that this was from, the parents had been trying to get a protective order against him for some time because he kept giving their daughter drugs and things.
He seems like the guy to do that.
He was really good in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
So
He's all right in
I'm in
that.
the Flash movie. DC.
No,
I'm gonna go kidnap
What's
a girl.
that? We don't talk about Kevin or something about that.
Don't talk about Bruno.
Kevin, no, it's don't.
Is that another movie?
It's a movie about freaking Kevin. I don't know, but he basically played. He basically.
Kevin James.
Why
No,
is Patrick always talking about things no one's ever heard of?
It's about a guy that plays the Flash and he goes and kidnaps an 18-year-old girl. It's
No,
what
no,
the
no.
movie's about.
The movie, ironically,
The
is
psychological
basically about.
thriller?
He basically plays himself. We need to talk about
he
Kevin.
is in
That's
that
the movie. Anyways, it's basically about this kid who
John C. Reilly's in that.
who is just horrible from birth, basically, and is always like, and he basically
He's Michael
he's
Myers.
horrible to his mom and tricks everyone else to think he's like this wonderful child, and then he ends up being a mass murderer, and goes to a school and shoots him up.
Cool, Patrick. Thanks for sharing
So
that.
that's entirely unrelated.
No, I'm just saying he played himself.
Thanks for all the.
I don't think that's really the same, Patrick.
Yeah,
He
as
shot him
well
up
But
as-
with
thanks
a-
for the opinion. Yeah, this is weird and bad, and they need to
Moving
stop
on,
this man. This man is an
things.
actual menace to society, and he needs to be locked up. Lightyear has
pours
been
the
banned
milk
in
first.
Saudi Arabia and the UAE and Kuwait. Yeah, Kuwait. Due to the inclusion of a same-sex kiss.
Because it's illegal there.
Yep.
This is why we live in America.
Alrighty.
Yeah, where you
America,
can
baby.
kiss
I
people.
think Disney had their computer algorithm calculate whether it was worth like this Twitter support versus
Yeah.
the money that these countries
guys-
bring in, and I think they realized that the Twitter support was
Was
Only
probably better.
favorable,
in-
and they were just like, it's worth it if we just
Only
leave these
in
guys alone.
America
Aside,
can you kiss
like-
the homies goodnight. Okay?
Not
That's what I'm saying.
aside from the same-sex kiss, like I don't think the movie's gonna be that good.
I think it would be fine.
I haven't seen it yet. It's
I think
out
it'd
now,
be-
right?
No, it's
Yeah.
coming out on
As
Friday.
of today, because
yeah.
it's 12:03 a.m.
Top Gun Maverick
I think it'd be
crosses
fine.
the $400 million.
Okay, Sam.
Oh yeah.
We
Box
already
office
talked
time.
about that.
Jurassic
Sam
World-
just skips like 4 lines every
I'm
time.
reading like whatever.
Jurassic World. So we're at box office time now. Jurassic World opened in first place with $145 million haul. The second highest opening weekend of the year.
Behind Top Gun, I'm
Internationally,
assuming.
behind Doctor Strange.
Oh, okay.
So Top Gun's third.
Top Gun's third, but Top Gun has made more money. We'll get to it in a second. But Jurassic World, it was the lowest opening for the series, but still really good. And it's already making a bunch of money internationally. It opened in China,
That's good.
which means it's going to make a lot of money that other movies are not. And it also means we're probably going to get another one of these things.
That's good.
What would you do in another one? You've already done it all.
Jeff Goldblum
That's
is
the
a crippled
question they
man.
asked themselves when they made Jurassic Park 2.
Colin Trevorrow has made his magnum opus. It's
No,
peaked.
in the next one, Chris Pratt has a kid, and that kid likes dinosaurs, and
Okay.
because he grew up with them
And-
or something.
And
I don't
then
know.
Top Gun Maverick
We'll figure out a
crossed
way to make
$400 million domestically, making it the highest grossing movie of the year so far. Beat Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah,
Good.
Pretty
It's
cool.
probably going to end up being the #1 movie of the
That's
summer.
because people went to go rewatch Top Gun and they didn't go to
That's
rewatch.
because
I
it's a
don't
lot
know
of
what
movie.
I don't know what could beat it really. Like just looking at if Doctor Strange 2 isn't going to make more money than Top
Yeah.
Gun 2. I don't really know what else. Maybe Avatar 2.
Oh, Avatar 2 will make more. money than
Avatar
Top
will
Gun.
probably make
Yeah,
more.
people go, oh, Avatar? I know that
I don't
one.
understand
If
the
Thor
hype
is
between
really
them.
if Thor is really
behind
good,
this.
maybe Thor could do it.
Yeah.
No,
That
it
would be
won't.
Minions. Oh, Minions.
Minions will.
That's so
I'm
sad.
doubtful of Minions.
I'm not.
It's been 7 years.
That's
since the last
7 years that they haven't had new Minion content.
Tucker,
But
that means
everyone who-
People are craving for
that
new
means
Minions.
7-year-olds that haven't
They are
experienced Minions
shaped like
before.
Twinkies.
Okay, but okay.
But
It's been 7 years since the last Minions. It's been 5 years since the last Despicable Me in general.
Right, that means there's 5-year-olds
But that means
and 7-year-olds.
that means every
that
kid who
haven't
was 7 years old when the first one came out is now 14.
mm-hmm.
So they've presumably aged out of the Minions
But-
demographic.
But now there's
alternatively,
7-year-olds.
if you saw Despicable Me 1 as a kid, you could potentially have children now that might want to see the
Oh
Minions.
my God, you're right.
I would have to have children for that to make sense.
You could have a kid, Patrick.
I shouldn't have a kid.
But you could.
Legally, he should not.
Anyway,
I have no
The
kids
first
that I
one
know
came out in
about.
2010. So if you were 10 when the first one came out, you're now in your early 20s.
you could have.
You could presumably have a very small child.
Yeah.
Or you could have a 7-year-old child.
Or you could have a very young niece or nephew that
Yeah.
would see this movie. No, I do think it's going to make money. I just don't think it's going to make as much as the
Tucker,
last two.
remember when we saw Jurassic World
Yeah.
and how everyone was laughing at the Minion butt
yes,
joke?
they were laughing at the Minions.
That's so sad.
When that happened, I was like,
That's why.
that's why movie theaters need to die. And then the guy sat next to me to my right and he smelled, and I went, oh, that's also why movie theaters.
I was to your right, Tucker.
No, not you were on my
I
left.
was, no, I
You were on my,
wasn't.
Yes,
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 you
you
were on my
were.
left.
Called do the thing.
Yes, you were, and you kept
Touche.
farting. You kept farting in my direction.
I didn't
'cause you were
fart
sitting-
once the
You were
whole
sitting
movie.
like this.
Yes,
and
you did.
farted in my
I heard you fart in the theater.
One time.
One time.
You were curled
I
up.
was like this.
You were curled up in a fetal position. And
All
your butt
right,
was facing back.
Top Gun Maverick made $400
We
million.
already talked about that. You
Yeah, we
missed
just
it.
said that.
No, I didn't finish reading the sentence. It is the highest grossing movie of the year so far
We already
domestically.
said that.
Okay.
It's
Oh.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, Obi-Wan.
All right, moving
All right,
on.
let's talk about Obi-Wan. The finale is next
So,
week.
It's been so long since we've talked about this.
We
show.
really
Maybe
only
the
talked about the
finale.
premiere.
Yeah, it's 5 episodes in now. 1 episode left coming out next week. We won't be here next week. So
We won't.
No, we won't. I'll be out
What's
of town.
going on
Oh,
next
right,
week?
Tucker has
I'll be
summer
gone.
camp thing.
But Obi-Wan Kenobi, 5 episodes in. What are your thoughts on the show as a whole so
Let
far?
me start off.
Obviously, we're not wrapped up completely, but
Let's
we
just
got
go
a
on
pretty
circle.
general idea.
Okay. Episode 1, okay. Episode 2, okay. Episode 3, nothing happened. Episode 4, wait, no.
Patrick,
Episode
did you
3
watch episode 3 of the
Was
show?
that the one with the?
That was the one where everything happened.
Okay,
That was the one
episode
where Darth
3.
Vader showed up.
That was pretty cool, except for like, why'd he let Obi-Wan go? That didn't make sense.
Patrick, it's because of the will of the Force.
No,
No,
Hayden
no.
Christensen said
That's
that, like,
the real reason.
It's because Obi-Wan was too weak, and And
No, the real
Anakin
reason is
wanted-
because the floor was covered with flaming gasoline, and Darth Vader didn't want to catch on
No,
fire
it's
again.
because they
No,
had to
he
make
did
it.
that himself and just could have not done.
No.
it.
Well, okay, I don't think he was planning on Obi-Wan escaping the fire.
Sam, it's
You
because they
should
made
have
it.
sat there and watched him burn. Then
It's
why did
because
he
they
leave?
turned it into a TV show and they had to draw it out for
Yeah.
6
Hayden
episodes.
Christensen said like in an interview that it was because Darth Vader saw how weak Obi-Wan was with the Force, and he wanted to fight him like when he was
That's a good excuse.
stronger.
That's
but
not a good
obviously
Kinda
it
makes
was
sense.
just because the show had to go on.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, after that, episode 4 was pretty lame.
which was the worst
it
one.
was easily the worst one, and then episode
It
5
wasn't
was pretty good.
awful. It was just boring.
Episode 5 was like the best thing I've seen in a long time from Disney Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I think that
You
the
wanna
show so
elaborate
far
more?
has been pretty good.
Not
It's
elaborate.
it's better than I thought it was going to be. My
Okay.
expectations
That's-
were pretty low for this series.
Yeah.
It's
I-
worse than I thought it was going to be so far.
Yeah.
Besides episode 5.
I like what they did with the Inquisitors. I thought that was really clever. I think that the way that they developed the third sister was very smart. I like how her and Obi-Wan interacted in the latest episode. I like the twist that they had with that. That makes sense from her character's perspective. I understand that. I like Obi-Wan's characterization. I wish we got to see him do a little bit more like meditating to do
Like internal conflict stuff.
yeah, like because of the whole he's got to learn how to force ghost. I thought we were going to see
We
that.
like-
More
I don't
character
know if we're going to
development,
see
like,
that
at
in this
We
movie.
like not.
That might be a little too boring to watch.
Yeah.
We like not de-aged Hayden Christensen at all. Like
That was fine. I didn't care about that.
it was
yeah, we'll
kind
talk
of
about that in a
weird,
minute.
but
The volume gets progressively more noticeable every time it's used.
Yes.
And when we saw it for the first time in The Mandalorian, we didn't know it was
Honestly,
even there.
it might-
Honestly, I wish
it
they
might be
never
the
told me it
biggest.
existed.
Yeah.
If I didn't know it existed, I probably still wouldn't notice.
I would be a
but
little
because
s-
I know that it
No.
exists, I see it every time.
I'd be a little sus.
we'd still be
Ugh.
like, "This is wow, you've gotten worse
Yeah.
at green screening."
Yeah. Okay. So with the volume, it's not even that like I don't care that they like you like green screen
It's
stuff
a
in.
it's a
That's
very
fine.
good tool.
My
But they're overusing it.
my problem with it is that
The whole show's shot in it.
is the entire show is shot with is shot.
Yeah.
There's like 3 locations in the show. There's the volume, which is the same every time. It's always a big oval. Anytime they're in a room, it's always a big oval because it's always
And
the
you
volume
notice
Volume.
all of episode 5
is in the
is
volume.
in like a cave that's
Yeah.
like the curvature of the cave happens to perfectly match the curvature
volume.
of the
Of the
volume
volume, yeah.
screen.
It's all that whole, like there's the cave, which is the volume,
Mm-hmm.
the Inquisitor base, which is mostly the volume.
Yeah.
Multiple rooms in that are obviously just the volume.
But at least there's multiple rooms so it feels like a bigger space.
Yeah, the cave was just one big. Space.
There was just one big thing and another big thing in a hallway.
and they were both shaped the same.
Yeah.
And then we have Tatooine, which is like fine.
Tatooine is
That's
always the least
some volume,
visually
but
interesting
that's
thing.
fine.
Same.
And
That
then
one
we
you
have-
can film
And then there's the
fairly easily.
planet he goes to in episode 4, which is
Cyberpunk planet.
which is Southern California.
Yeah.
They just went to the desert of Southern California.
Yeah.
And that's what that planet
Which,
is.
the dumbest scene in the entire show was when he like broke the little keypad on like the laser gate thing when he could have just walked around.
That
Bro,
was
that
really
wasn't.
funny.
That was
No.
easily not the
Walked around.
dumbest.
There was a hill. He can't walk uphill.
Bro,
That's
there was
right.
like a
He's
this little-
allergic to the high
Did you,
ground
did you
now.
see the Leia chase scene?
That was the worst thing I've ever
Okay,
seen.
that scene was bad because it ends with her getting captured
no,
anyway.
it's so stupid.
like okay, it is very stupid. But if she got
It's like a
away,
Looney Tunes
if she got
cartoon.
away, I would be like, okay, they had to do that to make the
She's
story
like the
work.
slowest
gets
runner
kidnapped
Because she
ever.
doesn't get away,
No.
they should have just not drawn that out.
And then
Yeah.
Reva can't catch her either. This girl's not running very fast.
maybe she's just like the slipperiest 6-year-old of all time.
but she gets kidnapped 3 times.
It's true. Oh, something fun I did learn though.
You ever see her running? She's like,
Carrie Fisher, when she was like a little girl, she had a pet bird named Lola. That's why the droid is named Lola.
Sure, she
I just
did.
learned that.
I
a
don't
few
like
days
that
ago.
name.
Sure, she
It doesn't
did.
sound very
There's-
Star Wars.
Look it up. There's pictures of her with the bird.
Okay.
making it
I'll
up for
accept it,
no reason.
But Disney does that.
Lola does not
Yeah.
sound very Star
Make up
Wars.
fake news stories.
It doesn't sound very Star Warsy because that's the real bird's name.
It's like a 7. It's
you
like
know,
an
they
8-year-old
actually
girl.
gave
That's
the
fine, who
8-year-old girl
cares?
crack to be realistic.
I did like that Reva put the little antenna on it.
Yeah.
That turned it evil for no reason.
Okay.
like 2 seconds.
Okay, Reva clearly was like hoping that Obi-Wan did not get away.
I
and
don't
then, like,
understand her plan.
It's very simple. Very easy to understand.
Was it make
plan.
her way up in the Empire and then just
So
like
that she
sneak
can
up
kill
on him one
Vader?
day and hit him
Yes.
in the back of the head?
Yes.
That's
Yeah, but
That
she-
was
You
her
think
plan.
after like 15 years of internal planning that you come up with a better strategy?
Well, her strategy was capture Obi-Wan, distract.
and then
Vader
just
with
guess just hit him
Obi-Wan.
in the back of
No,
the head.
but that
kill
was
him.
Obi-Wan's plan.
Yes, but he convinced her that it was her plan.
That is an interesting idea for a character.
I like that concept.
I don't know if it was very well executed.
I think
as a
it
whole.
could have been done better, but I
Yeah.
don't think it was done horribly.
Are we gonna talk about how Qui-Gon's the only person ever to die by being stabbed in the gut with a lightsaber?
I also like how lightsabers just kind of suck.
Has anyone
Like-
has anybody else died by getting stabbed again?
Ghost Qui-Gon.
Darth Maul died getting stabbed.
He
When
got cut in half.
Obi-Wan,
That's true. Yeah, he did.
He
Not really.
survived getting cut in
He
half.
didn't get stabbed.
Then
he got
he was-
slashed in the chest.
How do you survive getting cut in half, but then live from just a stabbing?
Well, he didn't get stabbed. He got slashed across the chest.
It's slightly different.
It's
Okay,
slightly
Vader
different.
should have slashed Reva instead of letting her live the same way that he let her live when she was a youngling.
Patrick, because you can survive off rage.
Okay, to be fair, a lot of Sith Lords have done that's a thing that exists in Star Wars.
Yeah, but Reva's not a
Wait
Sith
for Darth
Lord.
Maul to come back.
No, but she is still dark side sensitive.
She's barely a dark side user.
So
She killed
I like how
King.
Stormtrooper armor is just like sometimes really good and sometimes just the worst.
It's good
Like,
when it needs to be
Obi-Wan-
good and it's bad when it needs to
Because
be
like when
bad.
Obi-Wan rescues Leia, or I guess spoilers, from Darth Vader's big castle, he like hits the stormtroopers with his lightsaber and it just goes, and it like bounces off and they fall over. But like
it's got
sometimes the stormtroopers just get shot with like a gun one time and it goes straight through the armor. Like how does that work?
my
It
favorite
doesn't,
thing
and
in
it
all of
doesn't
Star
have to.
Wars is that when a normal person gets shot with a blaster, right? They get hit and then they like live for a couple of seconds and like cling to life. And if a stormtrooper gets shot in
just-
armor,
They die
they
instantly.
immediately die.
Well,
they're just down on the ground.
No, they're not dead. You know? Do you not know?
No, Sam, give me the dumb and lore explanation for why the
Okay,
stormtroopers
number one,
have the
most
armor.
of the stormtroopers when they're shot, they don't die. The armor is designed to disperse the force and knock them out. That's why they all immediately fall down.
No, but sometimes it goes like through them.
No, it just leaves a blast point on the armor.
It's just I don't know why they use blasters. They seem to me just
That's why they have armor. Why else would the stormtroopers have armor if it doesn't do anything?
because I don't know
Because
it looks scary.
It looks cool as one, but the reason why they're wearing the
I
armor
like the idea-
is because it
Real
knocks
guns
them
I
out
like
instead
the
instead of
idea
killing you.
better that the Empire just made a bunch of like cheap pieces of armor that don't work, but they just did it because it looks scary. That is like
That's
a funner,
funnier, but it doesn't
yeah.
make as much sense.
I feel like real guns would
That's
be
why
pretty good
when-
in
That's
Star
what I'm
Wars,
saying.
actually.
That's why when a
because, like,
character that isn't a stormtrooper gets shot, they live for a little, like they can still move around, but they do eventually die. Because blasters cauterize the wounds that they cause, but
That's
there's
what I'm
still a
saying.
hole in you, so you die. But
seems
since
to me
you're
like
also not
bullets.
knocked out immediately, you still have a little bit of time to act before you
That's
I'm
what
die.
I'm
you could
saying.
just-
Bullets would just be
Stupid.
better.
Because
Well,
you
a
could just
bullet, you
pull
can
up on
still
Darth
live
Vader.
for a little bit before
But,
you
like,
die.
Well, yeah,
If
but you
it's-
could pull up on Darth Vader, pull out the Glock, just.
If you get no,
He
if
can
you,
deflect a
but if
single
you
bullet.
get shot with a bullet,
Yeah.
it's either gonna go in you and stay in there, or it's going to go through you.
Mm-hmm.
If you get shot with a blaster, it's gonna hit you in the chest and then immediately cauterize.
No, some blast depends on which blaster it is.
Plus, like,
But most of them just immediately
deflecting a
cauterize. them.
laser is probably easier than deflecting a normal bullet because the laser you can see.
Yeah,
is
and you
right.
can't deflect the bullets back at
Like,
you because
imagine-
it's gonna disintegrate.
Imagine you
Sam,
come up on
all
Darth
your
Vader in the
things
middle
are
of the
about
night.
That's
to
why the
die.
Mandalorians made shotguns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're the only smart ones.
Anyways, I'm excited for the finale, and it's probably gonna be good because
I did like the
Oh.
I did like what the Inquisitor Fortress, how it was at, like they had all the corpses of the Jedi
Yeah,
like entombed
that was really
there.
Yeah,
cool.
that was cool.
That was freaking
Did
cool.
you see that one character
Sam,
you
this should have been
recognized
a-
from the background of the prequels? Sam?
Yeah.
Did you see that one Jedi who was in that one Clone Wars episode?
Oh my gosh,
He was the
I
only other guy-
remember him.
He had a white lightsaber, and they
Sam,
still haven't explained
he had
how
a
that
white
works at all.
lightsaber.
It should have been a 3 or 4 episode series and not a 6
Oh,
episode
it was going
series.
to be 4,
It should have been
which is
4.
why 2 of the episodes are
Are
just
nothing?
filler. Yeah,
Are terrible? Yeah. It
the
should have
episode
been-
3 felt like a fan film.
It
I
did.
don't even
But it
remember
was
which
cool.
episode
You know how-
what because
it
they
was
all
so
just,
cool.
like, mushed together.
I remember
But
one.
like the weird like fiery area was like the lamest environment
'cause
ever for a battle.
It felt like a fan film because you know how when you like fan films are always like an hour, right? Why are we calling Nick?
I'm not. He's calling me.
No, they're not. Fan films are always like 20
They're
minutes.
always like 40 minutes, right?
No.
Okay, they're
They're
always
like 20 minutes.
okay. That's
Max.
not important. They're always like the length of a Disney Plus episode,
Sorta.
right?
Sam, you're showing everything.
There's it's always funded on Kickstarter, so they're always shooting
It's your
with like
birthday, Sam?
Today? Technically, it is now.
He's
yeah.
21
Happy
now.
birthday.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Sam.
can
I
You
didn't know
probably
about
shouldn't
that.
read your text messages on camera.
We're talking about Obi-Wan. This is on theme. Also, I'm telling him that I'm filming McDonCast.
drink. You should call him. Get a live
Anyway.
cameo from Nick.
No, we don't need a live cameo. He was on the show. Anyway, that's not the point. But like episode 3, it was like Darth Vader. Like all of the sets were like super cheap. It felt like the dialogue was like straight out of like a fans thing, and like Ewan McGregor being there was the only thing that like felt official. But also, you know how fan films they'll get like one semi-real actor to be in it.
Episode 3, it felt good until after like when he was slaughtering people at the village.
I started like getting off the ship when they cut to Vader in his castle, and it's just like the worst CGI set you've ever seen. It's like this big
that looked
gray
terrible.
room,
Oh, yeah.
and it's
That
just
looks
like
so
his
bad.
desk, and it's not. There's no like dramatic musical flair.
and then they
when
just
he
did,
enters,
like,
it
a-
just like cuts
Bro,
to him like he's in an office
They
building.
just did like a Vader
They-
day in the life.
Disney
Yeah.
Disney acts like they don't own Darth Vader's theme. Like just
Well,
play it.
There was like no
Play
like
it.
menacing sequence to build it up, no like mystery around who, like nothing.
Yeah, he
no
just, like,
interesting
sat in a
camera
chair.
placement. It just cuts to him sitting at his desk, like looking on eBay. Like it just like cuts to him.
eat my
And it's like-
taco.
And it's like, here's the main villain of the show. Here he is. All right, moving on. It's like, what?
The voice does
It's Darth
sound
Vader.
The Vader voice does sound like
It's the computer of James Earl Jones.
Yeah, it's,
but they said it's in the credits it says James Earl
Yeah,
Jones.
but that's because it's
that's
his
because
voice.
they just
but
like
it's a computer.
synthesized it.
Because it's also in the credits. It credits the voice thing they used for Mark Hamill and
Yeah, but Mark Hamill
Yeah, I think we
sounded
should,
bad.
move on
The James Earl Jones voice synthesizer
I think that's
sounds
because they
good.
have more material to work with the James Earl Jones one.
What?
James Earl Jones recorded the entire Bible of an audio version of it. That's a
Was
lot of
Vader-
audio. That's a lot of audio.
Yeah,
to
but he
work
didn't
with.
sound
talks,
like
like,
Darth
5
Vader when he
times.
was in the Bible.
No, but you have a lot more material to work with
But
that.
James Earl Jones, Vader's just James Earl Jones, like normal voice.
I don't know. His voice
It's a little bit.
it sounds pretty good.
But he can't record it.
I
Anymore.
mean, he's old.
He's like 91 years old. He can't do voice acting anymore.
I don't know. I'd rather them use a real person than a computer.
I would rather them because they're. I'd rather them just find a voice actor who can do it for whatever stuff they're gonna
Alright,
do.
I think we
moving
should
forward.
move on.
Max, we can talk about a thing.
Well,
for, like,
obviously
more than
they
5
have
minutes.
someone
I
because
know, but
they
you guys
used him
aren't
in
really talking
Rebels.
about, like,
No, that was also James Earl Jones.
Oh.
That was he did record stuff for that, and he did record Rogue One, which is why he sounded like raspy in Rogue One, which is because that was James.
I
Earl
don't mind
Jones.
him sounding raspy.
He did sound different in Rogue One.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like the Vader costume in this.
It's the same
Fine.
Vader costume.
Mm.
like no.
Well, they're
difference.
using two costumes. They're using
It feels so clunky.
well, yeah, they're using the
It was
one.
always clunky.
So Hayden
It
is
feels like he's wearing massive shoulder pads.
so for that's because it's Hayden.
I know it is
Christensen,
Hayden Christensen,
and
in
he's
there.
a scrawny guy.
and he's not that tall.
Okay,
yeah.
but they're using two guys. So there's Hayden whenever it's a close up.
Yeah.
And then they're using a tall guy when they need a full body shot because
Okay.
Hayden's not that tall. And he
I
needs-
also don't like that they
and
have.
what's his face who played Vader in the originals was like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, he
right?
was a tall dude.
I
right.
thought
So
Hayden
they need
Christensen was pretty tall.
not that.
No,
tall.
he's only like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. So Hayden's only in the close up shots of Vader.
Yeah.
But I also don't like the red lenses. They've been using the red lenses for his.
They look cool.
I like him.
I don't. They're like less.
They look more menacing.
They look less menacing to me.
Yeah, they look cool.
It's like too much color.
I like that they're
But anyway, did you like? So people have been clamoring for Clone Wars flashbacks for like the whole run.
And
of
then
the
it
show.
Finally
happened,
got one.
and it was great.
Well, I think it took place.
Well,
for
technically,
episode
the
2.
Clone War wasn't going on.
Yeah,
But whatever.
But we did get one.
It was on like
It was
the
a little
balcony.
fight. It was on the volume. It looked bad.
It was,
But,
it was on
it
the
was a little
volume.
fight.
I thought it looked okay.
Obi-Wan
I
and
thought the
Anakin.
choreography was good.
It was a good framing device for the episode. It gave a little fun little thing to go along.
There were
with
also
the
a lot
main
of parallels
story.
between that fight
Yeah.
and the one from the episode before.
No, and it's just Anakin just slamming.
Yeah.
his-
Yeah,
They give a little hints to what like their weaknesses are and what they're trying to exploit out of it. It's fun. I like that they did not digitally de-age Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen
I kind of wish they
and
did.
make their faces computers.
I wish they did it a little bit.
You're probably the
I
only
wish they
person
just
who
got
knows
rid of the
that.
wrinkles. That's all you had
Yeah,
to do.
his forehead wrinkles were a little.
It was a little wrinkly.
noticeable.
They
a
could
lot
have they
noticeable.
could have done that with makeup. They didn't even have to do that with
Yeah, they
computers.
They probably did put makeup on him.
Yeah,
No, but they could have, like,
not enough.
Done more makeup.
It was
Like-
a little wrinkly, which is a little
Because
bit.
whenever it's a CGI face, like you notice immediately,
Yeah,
and it's so distracting.
yeah, but so was this. This was
No,
distracting.
but it's
also.
like that's the guy. Like you know that's
we
a real
know it's
guy.
the guy,
there.
but the guy looks
Your
20 years
McGregor
older
looks
than he
fine.
did when he was the guy. So,
I also their wigs are terrible though.
oh god, they were bad.
Can you find a picture of that?
But who cares? It was a cool scene.
I can just play this scene.
Oops.
Like
Patrick, stop.
it just happens.
it's almost as bad
It
as
doesn't have to.
remember Bo-Katan's wig in Mandalorian.
Yeah, that one was really bad.
It's almost as bad as that, where like it's floating above
was.
her head. It's so her hair is just like floating above what she is. Sam's gonna slowly type this in. Just got the real slow.
I hate that they're not using
Oh,
any of.
don't cut
No, I don't
between-
want that. I just want the.
I hate
fight.
that they don't use any of the original Star Wars themes in the show. It just doesn't make sense.
There we go.
They don't own the rights, Patrick.
Yes, they do. They're Disney. Yo,
Like,
look at
he
the
looks
volume.
Fine.
This scene actually looks pretty good.
He
I
looks
think.
fine, Patrick.
It's
No, wait till they get close up to his forehead.
all right.
It was
Anytime he raises his eyebrows, you
Yes.
notice
it was just fun to see Hayden Christensen
Yeah.
again, though.
back as Anakin.
That
Or
looks
like in
good.
anything.
It's fine. I don't know why you complain.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with the red lenses. It looks good. They're like not even barely. They're like barely
Shoulders
red.
just seem
They
too
just look
broad.
like Darth Vader.
They were. I think it looks better in this, like in this lighting.
What do you mean? This is
But
how it looks.
But it looks super red in episode 3. Episode
That's
3
because
looks
there's a
super
fire in front of him.
Red. No, like in his castle, it looks like almost like
Because there's lava all around
crimson
him.
red. It's like really, really, really bad.
They're using the same suit for the whole show, bud.
Just saying. I don't like the red lenses. Get rid of them.
It's so unnoticeable.
Like look at Ewan McGregor's wig.
Theirs actually don't look that bad.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
If
the
you don't
wigs.
like
They look
try to
okay.
spot the very
His hair
minute
is like
details,
up here.
His hairline's a little.
His hairline's like
It's a
way too
little
far
wonky.
up his head.
I think that's his real hair.
I think it is the rest of the show. I think it's a week for that scene.
No, I think it's just
I
done
think his
differently.
hair's just slicked back, and that's
Yeah. Because
Then he's got a receding
If they were
hairline.
gonna do a
Well,
wig,
yeah, he's an old man.
if they were gonna do a wig, they wouldn't have put his hairline that far back.
Ewan McGregor has aged better than Hayden Christensen, but not that bad.
But
I mean, they
also,
look
he
fine.
was older when they filmed the original
Yeah,
one
I
than
mean,
Hayden
what
Christensen
are you
was.
gonna do?
Like he had already done the most of his aging,
If you're not like trying
was-
to spot minute details about like.
and I like how much this fight
bad-
also resembles in style their fight in episode 3.
See, look, that just it looks like an old man.
But seeing him back
He's
as the
only in
character,
his like mid
I
40s.
don't care what you have to say, Tucker.
well, he was like what, like in his like 20
Yeah.
something when he did the first one.
And you know he's
He's got
pretty
the
good in
crow's
this show.
feet on his eyes. He's got the forehead wrinkles. Like,
Okay, this
Oh
scene.
my gosh, Patrick!
Stop.
You're ruining the cool
please.
Star Wars scene, Patrick. Look how
This was-
cool this
that
is.
was cool. That was
This
cool.
was sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was the wrong.
there was
ship.
a lot of cool
Even though
Darth
it
Vader.
didn't make a lot of sense how
There's-
that even happened.
No,
it
this
was
time
sick.
And then
this
he
part
just
makes
let
no
that
sense.
other one go.
Yeah, but there was some really cool Vader stuff in this.
There
And
was
You know why this episode was so much better than the other ones?
because
Did
it
Bryce
was
Dallas
good.
Howard direct it?
No, she didn't. But
No, all of them are.
no. Okay, so all of the other episodes were written.
This part was
So this was the this and the finale were the only episodes written by Andrew with Andrew Stanton credited as a co-writer. which is noticeable when all of the other scripts are much worse than this one.
Well, there was just one guy that they found in like a basement somewhere, and it's
No.
like, hey, write the
So-
Obi-Wan show.
Okay, that's because they did a draft of the movie.
Vader just
And then-
stands like so.
Yeah, he's not even
stylish.
trying.
Like,
he's just,
no,
he's just
I do.
humiliating
That's
this
so
person.
cool.
Yeah.
I love this part.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I
He's
love
like,
when
here,
he
have it back.
And he's like, he doesn't even want to use his own lightsaber. He tears
like,
hers
it's not
in
even
half.
worth it.
Like
I'm-
it's such
and
like a
then he
mean.
pulls the other one.
And
it's
then
like
he-
when
he
I
grabs
fight
this one and
Patrick
then
in
forces
Smash
that one.
Bros.
Yeah.
This is like when I fight Patrick in Smash. I'm just you just mess with him.
Anyway,
How does she
but no,
survive?
okay. So this
She
was
hit in the pile
That was
of the
cool.
bodies.
yeah.
That was
She
cool.
she played dead.
Oh, I wasn't paying
But
that
like
much attention.
so this was a movie written by like 2 people, right? And then it was rewritten into a show by like 4 people, and then rewritten again by like 3
Do a
more
longer
people.
show.
So this is like episode 1 has 2 credited teleplay writers and then 3 story writers. Episode 1 has 2 screenplay writers, 3 story writers. Episode 2 has 2 screenwriters, 1 story writer. Episode 3 has 4 script writers.
You know what was most disappointing to me about this show?
Yeah.
We didn't get more of the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, I know.
The
he
guy
died-
that's playing him is perfect for the
Well,
role.
he's
The
back
Inquisitors are
now.
so
He's
cool.
back now.
He's
He's
back
gonna
now.
be in the next
But like
episode.
every time
Maybe
I
not.
see him on screen, I'm like, oh my gosh, that I love this. I want to see
Well,
more of that
don't
guy.
worry, Sam, because nobody is ever gone in this show.
They say it in episode 9.
Darth
whenever
Vader
everybody
died in 1983, and he's still in Star Wars things. Well, they never
The
die.
Inquisitors are so cool.
Even when their actors are dead, they don't get to die.
I think Darth Vader just needs to not care about the Inquisitors at all, ever. I think you're trash.
I feel like
I don't
there's
like
too
you.
many of them. Like, is there really that many Jedi to hunt down?
That's what I've always said about.
That
like,
they need their
you
own
need
planet.
like 3.
They have their own planet.
Yeah.
the
okay,
Inquisitors.
again, to be fair, most of that castle is just a graveyard, and then very little of it is actually.
Okay, but like,
Why do the Jedi deserve a graveyard? Just
Because
burn them.
the Empire tried to
Are they, like,
erase the Jedi
trophies?
from history, so they didn't want people finding like
they
Jedi
were
clips
Nazis,
around.
Patrick.
Yeah, so burn them.
But if you burn them, their stuff is still around.
Incinerate.
They burned a bunch of the
Incinerate
corpses.
their
Also, it's
stuff.
more humiliating to the Jedi
Sam.
if you stick all their bodies in amber in the middle.
That's what they did to like a lot of the Jedi Temple guys.
Yeah.
Was they did a big bonfire.
Good.
With all the lightsabers.
You know what I was
Anyways.
expecting to happen that didn't?
What?
You know how in the most recent episode Obi-Wan finds like a little box of all the Jedi's lightsabers?
Mhm.
I was expecting him to give one to Kumail Nanjiani
And
and
have him
like
use one.
fake be a Jedi as like a distraction or
That would have
something.
been funny.
That guy's my favorite. I
Oh,
love him.
I love when just Kumail Nanjiani shows up
He's
in a
just
thing.
doing things.
I'm like, oh, you make everything so you made Eternals bearable, Kumail Nanjiani.
You made it not as sucky as it was.
You were the only good one.
But episode 6 is the last one.
Yay.
We'll see how they ended up. Maybe.
Well,
Aunt
we
Beru
know
and Aunt
Obi-Wan
Uncle Owen
escapes.
may be in it.
So
yeah,
Although
it'll be
they're
on
being-
Tatooine again.
They're being chased
unfortunately.
without a hyperdrive, and Reva knows about Luke, presumably now.
yeah, but hopefully
Or
she
knows that
dies.
there's someone on
forever.
Tatooine.
which makes me
Forget.
think this final episode will be them fighting, and Darth Vader like won't even be in it that much. Which makes sense because if he goes to Tatooine, that's like such a major retcon. Like what
That
are you
wouldn't
gonna
make
do?
No, he
any
can't go to
sense.
Tatooine.
Yeah.
Because he would.
It's already a
know Luke's
retcon
there.
that he knows Leia exists, or
No,
not
he doesn't
letting
know
us
Leia
Leia exist.
exists. Yeah.
Is that he encounters? It's already a major retcon. He encounters Obi-Wan during this time.
Yeah.
It's already a retcon that Leia knows Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's also a
Leia
retcon.
is so annoying.
You know,
Imagine retconning a 45-year-old
well,
movie.
okay.
I would have been fine if Leia, because for a while in the show they don't say that Obi-Wan is Obi-Wan. They call him Ben, right?
Yeah.
So it would make sense if Leia knew Ben, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not Obi-Wan. That doesn't make sense. And it was funny. The writer of the show was interviewed, or one of the many writers of the show was interviewed.
There's 17 writers.
Yeah, one of them was interviewed and says, "To my knowledge, I haven't broken any canon."
I'm like, oh boy.
Oh my god. Well, to your knowledge is wrong.
I
but-
guess Darth Vader considered him
To be fair, nothing is technically retconned. There's the line in episode 4 where she says, "You fought beside my father in the Clone
No, it's
War."
like, bro, you
That's
saved
still
me
true.
from death.
That's still true.
Why would you start with
It's just
that?
like-
Why wouldn't you say, "Hey, Obi-Wan, you helped me
You
like 10
wouldn't
years
go,
ago"?
hey, you worked with my dad. You'd go, remember that whole like week-long thing where you rescued me
I'm
like
just
4
saying,
times?
He almost died.
It's weird now that she
She's
would
like-
have said that, but it doesn't technically retcon.
What if they
it.
wipe
She's
her
like
mind?
what, 8 though?
When
She's
I-
like 8 in Obi-Wan, right?
You think they wipe her
Yeah.
mind?
so? Like, I mean, it's been
Right, right,
like a
right.
really long time,
been
and
like
she saw him for like a
10
week,
years.
and all
Also,
she knew was his
You would
name.
remember that.
Vader knows
You would
Bail
remember
Organa
getting
is friends
kidnapped.
with Obi-Wan now.
Knows who is friends with who?
Bail Organa knows that Obi-Wan is friends with him. Or
How
no,
is-
Vader knows that Senator Organa and Obi-Wan are pals. He knows that now.
Yeah, I guess he would.
How would he know that?
Because
Because
why would
Reva
he kidnap
told him.
Leia?
Reva told him.
To draw.
I don't know. Whatever.
It doesn't make
Which
sense.
Why doesn't he just like
Why
stab
not
Bail
just kidnap
Organa?
Leia again?
Or just stab Bail Organa since he's obviously working with Jedi.
Yeah.
My other question.
No, I think Bail Organa will get killed.
he's already he's in Rogue One.
Is?
Yes, and then he blows up on Alderaan.
Well, I know he blows up on Alderaan. Presumably, we assume he could have
You
died
know what?
before
I don't
that.
Well, he's in
understand-
Rogue One. Maybe he died in like
Yeah.
a car accident.
Why does
on
Darth
his way
Vader not
home.
send more of the Inquisitors after Obi-Wan? Like, he only sent...
Maybe they're all doing other
He
things.
sends
Third
3 to
sister
get that
whatever.
one
Bro,
guy.
there should be a
on
Jared Leto
Tatooine,
Inquisitor.
And then he sends 1 to get Obi-Wan.
Well,
Yeah.
how many did he send after freaking Ezra?
That's true.
Like
Six,
all
six.
of them.
Yeah. For
They're
Obi-Wan, he
just very
sends one.
ineffective.
Yeah, they kind of suck.
Which makes sense why he has so many of them.
I like
makes-
the
I
hat
mean,
guy,
what-
though.
They're so disposable.
How many does
Vader could go and just get the job done real quick.
what is
though.
the guy's name?
Yeah, he
in
just
Fallen
does it
Order?
himself half the time.
Cal Kestis?
Yeah, how many does Cal Kestis kill? Like 2 or 3?
He kills one. He kills one,
He kills one, and the other
and then
one
Darth
dies
Vader.
later. Yeah,
and Darth Vader kills
so
the
that's
other
2 dead. How many die in Rebels? The Grand
one.
Inquisitor
4.
dies.
4 die in
A
Rebels.
bunch of them die in Rebels. I mean, they just kind of suck.
Yeah.
And
Well, also in all of them, Darth Vader has to show up and do all of the dirty work.
Wait,
anyway.
guys, you know what we haven't seen yet? We haven't seen helicopter lightsaber.
she did spin it
It does
around.
spin it.
I know it
but
does.
she
spin.
didn't use it
She
to
didn't
fly.
use it to fly.
She should have done that. She
Next
would have lived.
episode,
Goodness.
they gotta
Okay,
do it.
Because that's not how
Could you
physics work.
Okay. Rebels is like small enough that not everyone has seen it.
Yes.
If that happened in the Obi-Wan series,
That would be
Oh my
the
God.
it
funniest
would be
thing I've ever seen.
clowned for
I
eternity.
want to see it so bad.
Me too.
Vader, I must go.
It's canon.
It
They
is
do
canon.
They do it. We know they do it, and they just haven't done it yet.
Okay, but we've never seen them like take off with it.
No, we've
it's
only
always-
seen them
They
glide
always like
down.
use it to just like
They
glide
always
down. off
glide
the thing.
down.
Yeah, so let's have them glide. I want to see the Grand Inquisitor glide down.
Yeah. Like one of them is like they're all standing like epically on their ship and they're like about to jump out and they just
gliding down.
Watch out, Obi-Wan!
Okay.
I'm
I'm
coming!
I'm
Could be
coming to get
okay
you.
if he's still falling relatively quick, like fast. Like if he's basically falling at slightly slower than normal speed and it's spinning, I'd be okay with that.
No, it's
because
gotta
that
be how it is in
implies that it's
Rebels.
But
basically not
No.
doing
If
it.
he
It's
like
gotta be
Mary
how it is in
Poppins
Rebels.
in's like,
Yeah, that one's
hello, Obi-Wan.
One of the Inquisitors dies in Rebels because his helicopter breaks and,
and he
just
falls.
falls.
I
Yeah,
don't think that's how lasers work.
it's not.
At all.
They're not lasers, Max. They're
It's
a different
plasma
thing.
beams.
It's made of the Force also or something.
Yeah, technically it's alive.
Okay.
Because
Anyways,
nothing can just be. It just can't. For some
you guys
reason,
want
it
to
can't just
skip
be a
Miss
laser.
Marvel?
I haven't seen the
No.
second episode yet. I've
I
only
haven't
haven't?
seen any episodes. So
Well, we
let's
can
just-
review
Then
the
we-
first
we'll just
the
move
first
on.
episode is
We still gotta talk
Good.
about the biggest pile of crap
Oh
this
my
year's
God.
Are we gonna
produced
talk about
yet.
The Boys?
no. Tucker still hasn't seen it.
We
Fucking
have
watch it.
guys.
Jurassic
World Dominion.
Dominion.
So,
Patrick has not.
oh my God.
Patrick, how many Jurassic Park movies have?
I saw the first Jurassic Park, and then this was my next.
So you haven't seen parts 2, 3, 4.
No,
or 5.
this was literally my first one since the original, and this was. I don't know if this would have been better if I had seen the other ones. Tucker, would this have been better if I seen the other ones?
No, because
Okay.
this one's still bad.
So this is Colin Trevorrow's magnum opus. This is his masterpiece.
Yes.
That was in Jurassic
Every-
World Dominion.
This movie has everything you could ever want in it. It's got dinosaurs. It's got
The
two-
Joker dinosaur?
There's just scenes where they have like the two biggest dinosaurs in the room like fight, and they do that same scene like 3 different times.
So okay, this might not be the dumbest. This might not be the worst movie of the year,
Oh no, it is.
but it might be the dumbest movie of
It's
the
the
year.
worst.
It's not the worst.
So it's called Jurassic World Dominion, right? At the end of the last one, we set up with this whole series of movies has been setting up this whole time, which is dinosaurs escape from containment,
Clone
and now
Girl.
they're in the real world.
There's
Right?
Clone Girl.
But no, This movie is not about that.
It recontains
This
them.
movie is about a big evil swarm of locusts, and the whole thing takes place in another dinosaur park.
And
But
dinosaurs.
this time you can't visit it.
And dinosaurs are just killing people all the time, everywhere, and no one cares.
One seems to be able to do anything about it.
Just shoot them. They just die when you shoot them. It's like feral hogs. You just shoot them from a helicopter and they'll die.
And the whole entire problem is solved by the bad guy who made the problem.
The villain
The villain
makes
solves his
no
own problem.
absolutely no
the villain
sense.
was bad. It was bad.
Okay.
It's me, Tim Cook from
Yeah,
Apple.
the villain is Tim
I'm
Cook.
here to introduce to you the finest in dinosaur
No,
performance.
and then other than that, there's like characters in the movie who just don't do
So-
anything.
dinosaur has a 13% increase in tooth size.
This was
So-
the new
5%
Apex
better than
Predator.
Our last
This
one.
movie, the whole movie, just throws things at you and just it just assumes you're just going to accept it, just go along with it. Like our main characters, Owen Thunderguns and Bryce Dallas Howard, right?
His name
They
is Owen
adopt-
Thunderguns.
no.
It's Owen something.
It's like sounds like a pretty cool last name actually.
What? Okay, not only these are the worst main characters ever. Name one aspect of Owen Thunderguns'
He
personality.
like motorcycles. And he like dinosaurs.
He does this freaking.
He does the How to Train Your Dragon
Almost
thing.
every scene he's in, he's just doing this to random dinosaurs.
That's how he does.
And
So
then
stupid.
Bro, there's
his not wife is redhead Bryce Dallas Howard woman, who name one aspect of her personality.
She feel
is
bad
woman.
for dinosaurs.
She wants to
And
rescue her daughter.
She
That's not
her
has
daughter.
a vague interest in her daughter that she apparently
Who
visits
Is
sometimes.
not her daughter.
that they stole
is
and
a
put into
yeah,
hiding. and
is a clone girl who, for some reason, that's a plot point of this movie. And also, there's nothing to set up their familial connection at all. The movie's just like they're a family, and you're like, what?
Yeah, so
and
that
then they're
guy
just
just
like,
died.
go along with it.
And
guys.
she's trying to run away.
Presumably, they became a family
But there's
between the last
no
two movies.
scenes of that.
Yes, yes.
There's two
the
scenes.
one where Bryce Dallas Howard goes up and says, "You are a real girl, Pinocchio. I mean, girl."
There's two scenes.
Oh my gosh.
There's two scenes of them interacting,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them are her getting into arguments with them and leaving. There's no scenes.
No,
Setting
the
up-
first time they argue, she's like, "You're a good mom," and then they hug.
There's no scenes
You're so
of the
cheesy.
two parents
I'm
like
so
setting up how they
human.
feel about their relationship with her.
Yeah.
There's no scenes of them bonding. There's no scenes to set up continuity in their relationship
Oh,
that we haven't seen because it's all
Oh my
happened
god! By
off
the way,
screen.
Laura
Joker.
Dern's in this movie.
Also, for how nerdy everyone in
Joker.
this movie is about dinosaurs, they're cold-blooded and would not be able to survive in the mountains.
Yeah. Bro, Laura.
Just gonna point that very obvious lizard fact
Laura
out.
Also,
Dern is
why do they
not good in
suck
this.
so bad at
They-
eating
okay, and
people?
so along with our fun new Jurassic World cast, we also have the original cast return.
Well, two of them.
We have all three.
Oh, all three. Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's in it too.
Oh yeah.
But he is in the beginning and then he
doesn't
disappears.
do anything.
He disappears for the entire second act to come back for the third and basically do nothing.
He's the Deus Ex
Sam, stop
Machina.
distracting us with Jurassic World.
I have no
GTA
idea.
mods.
I don't know what this is.
That's right.
Hey, it's Maddie Plays back at it again.
Wait.
Today we're playing a GTA.
Keep talking, keep talking.
dinosaur
Anyway,
mod.
It's almost 1
we
a.m.
bring back all of our fan favorite classic characters so that they can wander around a facility and do nothing.
Yep.
And so that the sort of implied romantic relationship between Alan Grant and between what's his face and
It's just footage of dinosaurs. I don't know.
Why is it fuzzy?
Because that's what they would have probably maybe looked like. You have no idea because they
Dude,
were
bro,
they
7
would
million
have
years ago.
feathers.
Sam, do reptiles have feathers?
Do birds have feathers?
They have more in common with birds
Do
than
birds have feathers, Patrick?
No.
than lizards.
You've never seen a bird with feathers?
Yeah, but have you ever seen a bird reptile?
No, because they all went extinct.
Yeah. So
But
why?
this is what they look like.
You don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
No,
actually.
we do. Oh, and there's feathered dinosaurs
like a
in this
chicken.
movie.
Yeah, because the company that has
For no reason.
recaptured all of the dinosaurs made like some pure versions, just like because.
Just because why not?
Like, why not?
And they made a new apex
Along with
predator.
things they just throw at
No,
you.
they made 3 new apex predators.
Along
what
with
they
things
made.
they just throw at you, there's also a bunch of new dinosaurs.
I like how every single Jurassic World movie, they're just like, this is the new Giga Chad Raptor, and it'll kill you if
Every
I
single
point this
time, there's
thing
one
at
big
you.
new the new dinosaur in this movie has long, like fingernails.
No. There's an there's
No,
always
that's
a
not the
new,
apex predator.
he's-
That's like the just another one.
bro,
Yeah,
he's
there's always a
Edward
new
Scissorhands.
apex
It's
predator.
just Edward Scissorhands.
There's
That
always
one's
a new
the Joker.
There's always a new big
Yeah,
apex.
there's the what was it?
T-Rex.
The Gigasaurus, Giga something-asaurus.
Something
No, it wasn't
stupid.
Giga.
It started with Giga.
It was the Giga Chad sword.
Yeah, no, it did start. It
The
actually did start with
Giga Chad's
Giga.
in the movie.
No,
The
there's-
Gigachadosaurus was the like other apex predator,
Yeah.
and every time in these movies where there's a new apex predator, you know that T-Rex ain't gonna take that, and he's gonna kill him at the end of the movie.
No, this
happens every time.
This movie ends, and then there's just a dinosaur fight, and the characters in the movie go, "Oh, this has nothing to do with us." They all leave, and then it's just a dinosaur fight.
yeah,
The dinosaurs are just like kind of a part
It's
of
like-
the movie.
it-
They literally have nothing to do with
It's
the plot. at
No,
all.
they have nothing to do. The whole movie is just like they just threw every idea they had in with almost zero thought or planning, and they just like were like, we'll just see what happens. They were like, what's the big bad's evil plan? We have a new.
Can we do spoilers?
We're already basically doing.
are there
Don't-
even spoilers?
don't see this
Do
movie.
Spoilers even
don't
exist?
even watch
Don't
the
see
movie.
this.
But the
Don't waste
dumbest,
your time with
the
this.
dumbest thing in the whole movie was the bad guy had made the locust, and then he wanted to burn the evidence. So he burned all the locust, and he didn't think that they would fly out of the
villains-
room.
the
No, he
villains-
opened the room up.
No, they just flew out.
Yes, because he
were
opened
just-
up the vent thing on
Which
the
was
top.
so dumb, and then he just torched his entire
The villain's
base.
plan makes no sense. His plan is to manufacture.
Sam. T-Rex.
You remember?
I'm guessing.
Big and
Yeah.
fat.
Okay.
You remember Lex Luthor's plan in Superman 2?
Yes.
They're like on the same level of like stupid and convoluted.
His plan is to make a giant dinosaur enclosure for no reason, and then put a lab in there where he'll manufacture a bunch of very large locusts that he will then send out into America's breadbasket
To eat all the
to
grain.
eat all of the crops that
not-
aren't
except for the
that
ones that
aren't his
he's making.
crops. So then he'll control, presumably he'll control the food industry, and then he has the scientist who manufactured his evil locust for him. Will then try to recapture the clone daughter and the genetic clone but child at the same time of Blue, and then use them to manufacture a virus to kill just
Oh yeah,
the
also
giant
Blue
locust.
can reproduce asexually.
Yes,
Can
because
just spawn new dinosaurs.
because
by
there's
itself.
a woman, there's a lady who was a scientist for the original Jurassic Park, who decided she wanted a kid and decided the best way to have a kid was to
clone herself.
break
Because-
all of known human science and to clone herself, but get
But then
herself
while
pregnant.
doing illegal gene modifications
Yes.
on her
Because-
unborn
because
child.
she had a
then-
disease.
She then modify so that it won't have the same genetic disease that she has, and then impregnate herself with that person, and then basically birth herself again, because she's insane. And then,
She also
Do you
just
know how
like
illegal that would be?
But everyone seems
Like,
to act
on
like this
every
woman is
continent?
normal.
everyone acts like she's like a hero.
Did she
They're
not think like,
do
hey,
this for her mom? She's my inspiration. She's my hero.
like-
I'm like,
Bro, she's
Why?
bonkers.
did the mom not think like, hey, maybe this kid being a clone would like cause it problems? Like maybe it wouldn't think it's a real human because it's a clone
Yeah.
of me.
Bro, this movie also
Clearly,
had
there
some.
wasn't a lot of thinking going on.
This movie,
at all.
this movie had some laugh out loud moments too. Like,
Yes, none of them planned.
No, but there's. You remember the scene where they eject from the, or that one woman ejects from the airplane,
Yeah.
and then it just
camera
the
moves
the camera's still on what it was Bryce Dallas Howard, right? And then there's like just so much motion blur in the background that it just looks so terrible.
Oh, I
There's
also
some moments in
love,
the movie where the lighting of the green screen just does not match.
Yeah, it just
Did
looks
you like
horrible.
all of our fun new characters, like
I loved
woman
plain
pilot,
plain woman,
who
Pilot?
was not,
just
who
does
was
nothing.
who was not in the movie because every single lead in the film is a white person.
She was genuinely a likable character.
I
though.
liked her. She was
She was
one of the
fine. The
best
problem is
characters.
they
Her
gave her
motivation
no
was
screen
pilot.
time.
No, her motivation was I don't.
I've
know.
been in this
Kidnap
business
children
too
anymore.
long,
Her-
and I
she-
don't want to kidnap any more
Well,
children.
here to make this bad movie sound a little bit better. So her motivation was that
Sam,
she
wait.
watched.
I
Shut
have no
up!
idea.
I'm talking. Max, shut up! I'm talking, or you're gonna be banished. So, anyways, the pilot girl.
Turn this off.
Shut up! I'm talking.
Okay, let Patrick talk.
Okay, so there's a
Sorry.
make him leave.
Max, get out.
Anyways,
You're
so pilot girl, she damn. Okay.
Keep talking.
Pilot girl comes and she's like has to do this job and then she notices she notices the little girl getting taken away and she does nothing about it, and then later she runs into the mom and she's like, have you seen this girl? And she's like, oh yeah, I have. Now I feel bad.
She decides she's gonna sacrifice her life and ruin her livelihood just to rescue this one little girl
That she didn't know.
that she didn't know and saw once,
Yeah, but then she met the mother who was sad.
even though it's not her real
I
mother.
also like how when Chris Pratt and Plain Woman crash.
Does she have a
super-
name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, they both
Chris
crash.
Pratt's character doesn't have a name either.
No, his name is Owen something.
Bro,
The-
you
their
don't know his
plane-
name.
And Bryce Dallas Howard's character, whose
Their
name
plane
is
gets
name
like
Claire, I think?
scratched up and destroyed, and it crashes full speed into a
And they're
iced
fine.
over like little
Lake.
puddle, and they're just completely fine. No
Yeah,
scratches,
no.
Okay,
nothing.
no, explain
Just
to me
screw-
why, if they were just gonna meet up, why Bryce Dallas
No,
Howard didn't
that
just
was
stay
so
with
stupid.
them.
They eject her from the plane so that she could go hide in the woods while they crash the plane and survive, and then they just go backtrack to find her before moving
Hey,
forward.
go into the
you
They
dinosaur
wasted
infested
hours
forest.
of
I
time
like
for
how he
no
didn't
reason.
get immediate hypothermia from falling
Bro,
into
no.
frigid
Yeah,
mountain
it would just
water.
go into
literally
shock
spent
and
like
die,
an hour on
like-
that plot. Like, kid you not.
But Sam, but evil locusts. They're evil locusts now.
Oh
we
my
done?
gosh, we gotta talk about the locust on fire.
Are we already did.
Oh my
Are we
god,
done?
that was so dumb.
We already talked about
I
this.
literally
Did
just
we?
talked about this like 2 minutes.
Yeah, we just
Okay,
did.
well I missed that.
point
Determining
is-
the evidence
Stupid.
thing.
I
yeah.
was
This
spaced out,
movie
but
is
that was
big and
stupid.
dumb. Tim Cook is the villain for no reason.
Please,
He
don't
dies
watch
the same way as
The guy from the first
as the
movie.
guy from the first movie for no
Bro,
like
everything
with
happens
shaving
in
cream
this
can and
movie.
everything, which is in this but does nothing. It's like just
He
there.
just happened to have
He
one
just
that's the
happens
same
to have
brand.
it. No, it's the same shaving cream can.
No, it's because remember that was just a brand of shaving cream. That one was disguised.
Yeah, I
that
know.
brand of shaving cream.
That's the
exists.
same one because he was like he grabbed him. We're like, we're gonna start this all over again because it has
Oh.
the embryos in it, but they wouldn't work anymore.
Well, it's probably a new can, like with new embryos in it. I don't know why you'd still have it
So there's
in a shaving
dinosaurs
cream thing,
everywhere.
but
Like-
it could definitely just be a new.
It's
like,
so
set of
dumb.
it.
Why
And
would
then-
you remake the
No.
same?
And then
thing?
after this whole stupid movie that's like unrelated to nothing that happened in the last two, they're like, and the whole movie was about how dinosaurs and
Coexistence.
humans need to coexist. And I'm like, one,
You did not watch your own movie.
no, it wasn't. That had nothing to do with what just
if
happened.
anything, it was about
And
the
two,
opposite of that.
The whole point of Jurassic Park, the original book, was that
Because they
shouldn't
couldn't.
happen, and that when humans mess with nature, they're gonna lead to their own self-destruction. But no, this movie is about how if you build a big killer whale dinosaur, you can just become friends with it.
Oh yeah, at the end of the movie,
the end!
there's like,
Oh my god!
there's like just 5 shots of like the big giant dinosaur whale thing.
Remind
It's
me
just
of the
like-
Meg.
It's just swimming around with the whales, and then the
Meg 2 coming
pterodactyls.
soon.
The pterodactyls are just flying around with the birds.
The movie literally, they fly away in a helicopter, and then they land, and then they all kiss, and then the movie ends.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
It's a big hunking
And they
pile
kill
of
the
poop.
locusts.
And then
They,
the
yeah, they
clown
burn
girl's
all the
like,
locusts, but not before the locusts fly in the sky and then rain
No,
fire
not that.
down
I'm
on
talking
them.
about the end part where they actually get rid of the locusts.
Yeah, he injects the virus into them.
Yeah.
And they all
No,
die
into one of them.
Oh yeah,
And
like
then they
how
all
at the
die.
beginning
Okay.
of the movie, that scientist
You know
guy's
what-
like, "Hey, dude, hey, Mr. Tim Cook, this is going to cause too many problems, and we're gonna suffer from
The point is,
problem, and
Colin
it's gonna be
Trevorrow's an
bad."
idiot. He's a very bad screenwriter.
He didn't write it, did he?
No,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did. He co-wrote all 3 of these.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, we done?
So
Thank you,
I
though.
think we're glad we
Sam's
didn't get
bored.
his Star Wars.
Yeah,
movie.
I'm
Weekly
done. I'm burnt out
Fortnite
on this.
news.
Check me out on Twitch. Check Patrick out on YouTube.
Follow us on Twitter at McDon Media. Subscribe
I'm
to our
Donkey
YouTube
and
channel.
Michael Morbius.
You can also find the
Good
audio
night,
version of the
all.
show on all of your audio
Whenever I
podcast
remember
platforms.
to upload it.
Whenever Sam remembers to upload it.
Morbin
We will
time,
be off
y'all.
next week, but we will be back the week
The
after.
podcast where
To
everyone
talk
talks
to
over
all
each other.
about Lightyear and the Obi-Wan finale and presumably Miss Marvel and whatever else is happening. We'll see you next week, guys. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.